Oh, Hanaki. Did you know that our souls are connected by fate? What do you know? I'm Yuno Hanaki, the one and only Oran from Yalun. Hello everybody, Hanaki. Happy Monday. Happy OniMon. Welcome in, welcome in. It's new, Yuno. No, this is not 2.0. It's not 2.0. But it is the ever so famous model that you've seen a few other people using recently-ish. It's the Prism model. Yeah, it's Prism, it's Prism. Got around to playing with it. I did. I thought about debuting it yesterday, but I decided doing it on an OniMon probably makes more sense because that's when more people are around. So, yeah. We're using it today. Hello, hello. I can't get my jaw off the floor. Hold on. I think, to be fair, we should still give it a little bit of a showcase, huh? Let me hide my desk stuff. Let me hide my desk stuff real quick. You can see my chair all the way. See? I'm assuming the only thing in common with your actual 2.0 is purple? Kind of. I tried to style it to look more like the chibi that I've been using. So I added like the side pony and stuff. And then I went for something kind of cozy with like a sweater. And then the skirt.
An offering.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
So it's kind of like this. It's kind of like this. Ventriloquist mode. Yeah, sorry. The lip syncing might be a little bit funky. It has a lot of layers because it's a customizable model. So when it loads in, it kind of lags. It kind of lags a bit, and so it causes a little bit of issues with the mouth tracking and stuff as well because it's a lot of layers that load in at once. You know, too complex. It's true. I have multiple layers of complication. True. Just don't option 7. That one gets the VOD bonked. Oh yeah, don't worry. Why do you think I set it up before stream? I didn't want to run the risk of anything getting bonked. I planned ahead of time. If I zoom in a little bit, the mouth tracking might work a little better. Hold on. Zoom in slightly. Ha. I have to be a little more exaggerated with my mouth movements if I really want it to track. But it does seem to work a lot better if I zoom in. If there's less features because it's focusing on the face, it does seem to work a lot better. Hi. I hope you like it. I did my best. This took a long time. It took a long time to customize. The only downside of this, obviously, is the fact that there's no wife. That would require editing the texture directly to add wife. And I can't do that because I'm not smart. So, no wife. But you're not really going to be seeing my legs all that much, so I think it's okay. I think it's fine. No wife, no life. Well, yeah, that's why this can't really be considered 2.0, because I am not me if I don't have wife there, you know? But yeah, I did my best. I still think it's very pretty. It feels weird hearing my voice and like seeing this model move because I'm just not used to looking this pretty. But I do really love the art style of this model. So thank you very much for getting it for me off of Throne so that I can use it. Okay, let me get back into position and then we can bring my desk and stuff back. Wabam. So anyway, hi. Hello. But you were always pretty? Well, thank you. I do appreciate it. I do appreciate that. Thank you, thank you. Thank you kindly. Wife went to get the milk. It's true. She'll be gone for a while, but I'm sure you can be patient for her, right? She is your wife after all. Are you not happy that your wife is off getting the groceries? It is how it is. Just a preview of Yuno's full power. I mean, we can look at it like that. We can look at it like that if you want. If you want. I do think it's really pretty, though. I'm having a lot of fun playing with it. Whee! How is wife carrying the purse? You don't have to worry about those things. You don't have to worry about such things. No, this is not 2.0. No. No false advertising. My 2.0 is going to look very pretty, but it is not this. Customizable models have gotten so good and so affordable too. Like when you think about how much it costs to get like an actual like personal model versus how much it is sometimes to purchase one of these customizable ones, it's crazy the value. And these models are constantly getting updated. Like they're already planning an update for this one where they're gonna add kimono. So I'm going to be able to actually like kind of make my outfit. Is that not crazy? I think that's crazy. It won't look the exact same, but it's crazy. And they started posting previews of some other stuff they're planning to add too. It's really cool. Starting as a VTuber is like a lot more accessible now than it was a couple years ago, honestly. 1.4? It's more like, I guess if we count the chibi as 1.5 because it came first, I guess this is more like 1.6, 1.7. How much is the Prism model now? Right now, I do think it's actually also on sale, or at least it was when I finally was able to pay for it. It was like 135, I think. US. You even have your horns? Yeah, do you see them? They're right there. See? Horns. Destroyer, thank you for the 20 stream streak. My goodness. Soon Yuno will make OCs with a custom model. Hehehehe. I already have. I've already made one. The good thing is that I can save all of them as separate expressions so I can jump around whenever I want. But I have already made one. But it's true. Technically speaking, I could make my OCs and then like stream as my OC if I really want to. Small horn, cute horn. It is a little bit on the small side. But a horn is a horn nonetheless. I tried to make it bigger, but the options don't let you make them that big. And the other horns aren't the right style. Like, this is the closest to how my horns actually look. But I can't make them any bigger than this. So this is as big as I can get. Can't remember if that one had a male version or not. I asked Lynn and she said there were other ones about, but I don't know if the Prism one had that. It doesn't. All of its presets are for girl bodies. I mean, you could just make yourself really flat and then try to make a more masculine looking face, but you can tell that a lot of the presets are built for women. Also, I think there aren't really a lot of options for pants. So you'd also have to be okay with wearing like a skirt or something. But who knows, maybe in the future they will start adding more and more options. Streaming as Elodie on the next Poke stream? I mean, I could probably make her. It would take a really long time, but I could probably make her. Stop saying this is 2.0! It's not! It's not 2.0! We're not there yet. 1.9. I'm okay with calling her 1.7 or 1.8. But this is not 2.0. This is just another model that I can play around with for whenever I feel like being a little bit more serious, maybe. Instead of using the chibi all the time. You know 1.0000001. Yeah, we'll go with that. Rito, thank you for the resubscription with your Prime. Thank you for choosing to use your Prime on little old me. Built for women VTubers, banned pants. They know their market. Hello, whomst? Me. It's PhD, just adult looking. Adult looking-ish, I guess.
Yippee, yippee, yippee.
It is not 6.7. Stop. We are not doing that here. There is a line that I'm drawing in the sand, and it's at anything that involves the numbers 6 and 7 next to each other.
Egan, thank you for the resub for 4 months.
Yuno 3.14 because cutie pie? Okay, sure. I guess. Okay, sure. Is this a hangout? Yes, this is Onigashima Monday, which is my weekly just chatting stream where I hang out and I yap about stuff at the start of the week. The rest of the time I kind of stream whatever also. So sometimes there will be more chatting, sometimes there will be games, sometimes there will be singing, maybe even a work stream every now and again. But for the most part, it's a lot of yappery that happens here. This stream happens to be dedicated to it.
Also, Drinky Smurf, thank you for subscribing for 3 months. Whoopee!
We have a hype train going too. Wowee. Oh, you said orc stream instead of work stream? Yes, orc stream, where I'm orking. I just orc. I orc all over the place. Orc, 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 orc. No. Work. There's a W. Work.
What? Beep beeps, thank you for gifting gifting the 5 subscriptions.
Oh my god. I haven't had to say that in a long time, so now I don't know how to say it. Thank you. The hype train continues. Who up, Orkin, they goblin? Never say that, please. Do not say that. I don't think that's right. I don't think that's appropriate. Huh? Yeah, that's what I mean. Huh? What's going on? Crazy.
But yes, thank you for the gift subs. Thank you, thank you. Enjoy your emotes if you got a gift sub.
That's crazy. Yeah, that's crazy. Who would ever say that? Has to think of girl spaghetti's all over the place. Yep, very Yuno.
Stop! Stop! Don't make fun of me.
It's not just because I'm thinking a girl. It's just because I'm not used to getting the gift sub notification. It's been a couple of months. That's the main reason. I swear.
Daisuke the Star, thank you for the follow. Welcome in, welcome in.
This is a crazy... Yeah, good luck. You are not going to convince people this is a Christian channel.
Hannibal Feather, thank you for gifting 5 tier 1 subs. Yippee!
Number go up. Brr, 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 brr. We've completed level 3 on the hype train. I think it's gonna... Yeah, we're now about halfway through 4.
Wowee!
I love number go up. Wow, I also love number go up. What a coincidence. What a coincidence. Wowee. I love it too. But really though, thank you so much.
Rito, thank you for cheering 150 bits. Yippee train. Yippee.
Hi? Hello. Welcome in. Got lore? Oh boy, do I. If you want like a super abridged version, I'm very obsessed with like lore and storytelling with my VTuber, so I could honestly go on about lore for ages. But long story short, I was once a human that worked as an oiran, and then I got into some trouble at the place that I worked, and I was then banished to Onigashima for being just a terrible, rotten woman, where I was then taken in by the Oni, and they tried to convert me into a full Oni, but the ceremony failed, and I only became half Oni. That's why I only have horns, and nothing else really changed. So I have been a half Oni living in Onigashima ever since I got banished. And then I decided to become VTuber so that I could connect with people. Because I don't fully fit in with the Oni, and I also can't really fit in normally with humans. So I figured becoming a virtual person would allow me to get along with all kinds of people. and my ultimate goal is to connect with as many people as possible. Yeah. That's my lore, basically. There's like a lot more specific details to it that I have developed over the course of my time as a streamer, but that's kind of the bare bones of it all. A tiefling for weeps? Damn it! I mean, I guess. Fuck, I guess. I can't really say no. Crazy read to receive after being active for 2 years. Shit's crazy. Were you shorter before the Oni conversion? No. I stayed the same height after I converted, unfortunately. I did not get to grow. It really do be like that. I just realized your lore is like the opposite from a lot of the kawaii lore of non-human came to Earth to become friends with humans. Yeah, I mean, they wanted me to have a reason for why I became a VTuber when I was coming up with my lore, so I still had to like add something about why I'm VTubing. But, you know, ultimately my goal is to connect with all kinds of people, not just humans, but like everybody possible. I just want to make connections with people, because that's what matters to me. But like, I'm literally not on Earth. I'm still in Onigashima. I am just remoting in, you know? That's how I've always looked at it. Height cannot be magicked in Onigashima. Unfortunately not. I'm very tiny. Remote worker VTuber. VTubing is literally just remote work though. Now to figure out her D&D class. The only time I played D&D, I was a bard. I was a half-elf bard, though. Half human, half Oni, 25% the height of each. I hate it here. I hate it here! No! Don't do that! Man. Can't have shit in this house. Have we gone over this new look, by the way? I kind of just got here. This is a pay-to-use customizable model. I had it on Throne and someone actually bought it so that I could use it, and I customized it to look like the chibi that I've been using. Well, kind of. It's not exactly the same, but kind of. But yeah, it's a customizable model. You can like change a bunch of aspects of it to make it look like your character. It's supposed to be like a budget option for people that can't afford to get like a full custom one. Thank you guys for the hype train. Choo-choo. Tiefling wizard for over 5 years on current campaign. Oh, amazing. The uneatable version. Yes, this one will be much harder to eat. Oh, beep beep, thank you for giving out another sub. Thank you, thank you. You managed to hit Starcross too. Nice snipe. We will find a way to yeet. Don't throw me. You want to try that theory out? No. No, I don't. No, I do not. Don't yeet me. Don't do it. No. No, 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 no. Over the rainbow? I'm not going over any rainbow. No. No toss, okay? No toss. Not even the reading rainbow? No. Do not throw me over any rainbow, please. What if we shoot hoops with you? I would not make it through the basket. Yuno's brain is heavy, so javelin throw will have the right flight profile to plant the horns. What is this conversation? How would that even become... How would that even be the conclusion that you draw? Do I look aerodynamic to you? Normal OniMon things. Is this a normal OniMon thing? I'm not so sure about that. Yes? Are you sure? Well, you know, if we try, please. Horns are pointy equals aerodynamic. I mean, the rest of me, though. Given where her center of gravity is, you'd have to grab her by the hips. Interesting. How about we don't do that? How about we don't do that, and then we say that we did anyway? How about we do that, huh? Use the discus throwing form. Don't spin me! I don't want to rotate. I don't like rotating. Take one for the team. Oh my god. Let it rip. I'm not a Beyblade! Don't Beyblade me. Do not let it rip. What is this comment? Okay, I have to read this like a crazy person. One moment. Hi, Yuno, did you watch this Oh, hello there. Did you happen to see Yuno Hanaki? I didn't know she has such a captivating sister. Nice model, thank you. Ew, ew, ew. Is it not disgusting? It's pretty incredible. But no, I appreciate it. Very funny. It did make me laugh. And I appreciate that you were normal afterwards. You should do a VH up. Do you think I haven't tried? I've auditioned to things. I haven't gotten into them, but I've auditioned for things. Did I miss the reveal? No, it's not 2.0. I have to put a fucking sign up. Hold on. I think I have to put up a sign. The amount of people that have been thinking that this is my 2.0 is upsetting. Okay. There we go. This is not 2.0. This is not 2.0. This is a pay-to-use model that I customized to look like me. It's not 2.0 though. Also, like, come on. I've shown you guys what the eyes look like for 2.0. They don't look like this. Tokenai Namae, thank you very much for the resubscription. Thank you, thank you. Pay to win. Yeah, that's what it is. It's a pay-to-win model. I don't remember. Been so long we probably forgot. What do you mean? It was just in October. All right, hold on. I guess if I have to show you what it looks like again. Hold on. Shaking my dang head. Hold on. I have to make sure I actually send the right thing. Implying you would do the Kayacore move of just streaming with 2.0 without doing a whole planned debut. Like, literally, at this point, I have to make sure that I do this right. But speaking of, I do need to sad girl post very quickly before we can go back to being goofy silly. But give me a moment. I am trying to find the image of the eyes so that you know what it looks like. Where is the... I know frick? Okay, hold on. I have to like look into my actual folder. I don't know why it's being like this to me right now. Can you just make my life easier, please, Mr. Folder? I'm just a little guy. Just a little bit easier on me, please. Little easier, little old me, please, baby, understand? Ah, okay, there we go. It's that one. Got it. Hold. Hold. This is what 2.0's eyes look like. I've posted this on Twitter, so this is not a spoiler. This is not a spoiler, but that's what 2.0's eyes look like. Now, do you see the eyes on this model? And now look at the eyes over there. And now look at me. And now look at the eyes over there. They are not the same. They are not the same. They are different. So pretty, thank you. They're very pretty, I agree. They're the same picture. I assume you're a Taiyu? No, I'm an Oni. Mods, Yuno's posting leaks. I was avoiding the 2.0 spoilers. No, it's okay. I posted these on Twitter. This was one thing that I willingly spoiled. I've also shown this on a stream before, too. I think. But yeah. It's okay. This is like the one crumb. This is the one crumb you would be allowed to see because I have posted it willingly. Taiyu is the highest rank of Oiran? I'm just an Oiran. I am not necessarily a Taiyu. But I was a very impressive Oiran because not many got to the rank that I did at my age. Anyways. Okay. Definitely use them as an eye mask. Yeah, I literally did. Because I wanted to show that it already looked quite similar to 1.0 a little bit for the people that were worried that I was going to look too drastically different. Okay. Sad girl posting time very briefly. I had to make a very difficult decision. And we are now going to have to delay 2.0 even more. I can't really go into too much detail beyond that, but it's gotten to a point where I can't do this anymore. So I'm sorry. I'm gonna have to delay it even longer. I really cannot tell you when I can make it happen now because I've had to make this decision. I really don't know. I will try to keep you a bit more in the loop, and I will try to make up for it in some way if I can, but I literally made the decision like right before going live. That's why I was a few minutes late despite having already pushed it by 30 minutes. It's been really hard. I can't, like I said, I really can't explain too much as to like why I've had to make this choice, but there's already just, there's been so much, and I don't know how much longer we're gonna have to wait now, but we're probably going to have to wait quite a while. quite a while. And I just wanted to be transparent with you guys. And the main reason I'm this transparent about this and why I feel the way that I do is because the only reason I'm even able to work on 2.0 is because you guys were so kind to me. And I feel like fucking shit that it has not worked out the way that we all thought that it was going to. I'm miserable. This is killing me. I hope you guys understand how much this is literally killing me and tearing me up inside. Because I want it as much as you do. And you guys have been putting in as much effort as I have to make this happen, at least in a way that feels equivalent to me. And the fact that I have disappointed you this much sucks. Like, it truly, utterly sucks. And you can say it's not my fault. You can say that it can't be helped. I understand all of this. But it doesn't stop me from feeling the way that I do and feeling like it is still my fault. I wish it could just be as easy as me being like, I know, and then being okay. But I'm not okay. I'm really, truly not okay. And I had to make this decision because of how not okay I am. And the problem is now I really don't know where that's going to leave us with 2.0. So I have to do some research. I have to do some I have a lot I have to do now because of some of these choices I've made, and it's just, I don't know. It was killing me. I literally, while I was like working on making this happen, Hitomi had to like coach the shit out of me to make me do it, and she's been constantly telling me that it's not my fault and that it's like not something that I'm responsible for, but it doesn't stop me from like hating the situation and wishing it didn't have to be like this. I'm disappointed, I guess, more so than you guys probably are, because I've been wanting this for ages. I've been wanting this for ages. Even when I was in Kawaii, I was spending all of the time that I was grinding because I wanted to be able to like have a new outfit and like change things up and look different. When I went indie, I thought I was never going to be able to do that, but I was very fortunate that the artist that I wanted to commission for this was willing, and that it was doable in a way that I didn't think was going to be possible. And I just feel like I've squandered so much. So much. And then I had to work extra hard because of all of the things that changed within this process, and then I had to... And now I'm sitting here facing the fact that it feels like a waste. I'm sorry. So much of what I did, it was because I thought that I was going to be able to give you things on a specific timeline and that we'd have like a good time frame for everything, and I'm really sad. This is something I've wanted for so long. And like, I guess maybe it is more about my disappointment than it is about you guys feeling disappointed. Because you guys have the patience of fucking saints, considering just how much this has been delayed, honestly. I guess in a way I also have the patience of a saint because I've put up with a lot in order to try and see this through, but I can't anymore. It doesn't feel right. So now things are being set back by a lot, and I'm gonna try and make it still be worth everyone's while. And I'm really sorry that I couldn't make it work and that I couldn't be more patient, but it's just been so much. I was supposed to have it 2 months ago. I was supposed to have it 2 months ago. I was supposed to have debuted like 2 months ago. And that's kind of killing me. It sucks. And I'm sorry that I couldn't be better. It just shows how much you care and how you're not being frivolous with our money. That's like the last thing I want, you know? I really want to make sure that with everything that you guys have put in to help me make this happen, I want to make sure it's going towards stuff that will make us happy. I really don't want it to be something that ends up making us sad in the end. So I made choices. I made choices, I made decisions. I also had to be talked into them. I've talked to more people about the situation, and I've had pretty much everyone tell me that I should have made this decision a while ago, which, egg on my face, you know. sunk cost fallacy, egg on my face, however you want to look at it. I've definitely not been as smart with it as I maybe should have been. If I was outside of me and heard this situation as a third party, I probably also would have been like, girl, get your shit together. I would have had the same opinion that everybody else on the outside has had towards me, but it's different when you're in it. It's really different when you're in it. I can say that I would be like that, but obviously I'm not. No matter the model, Yuno will always be Yuno. Let's enjoy the ride no matter what happens. Yeah, I do understand that much. I'm just sad. Because this weighs on me a lot, and I've just been so ready for the switch to happen that, like, having to wait even longer for it is just the thing that's really getting to me. I've had multiple crash outs, and, like, my desire to stream goes down a lot because I have all of these things that I wish I could show you, that I was supposed to be able to show you, that I can't, and I have to hold on to them even longer. And a lot of the reason why I was kind of making myself push through these situations is because I thought that if I just hung on a little longer, that we could just get it to happen and that it would be okay. But it took me this long to realize that I don't want to be treated like this, and that I don't want the effort that we put in to be treated like this. The worst part is that, like, yeah, I understand that a lot of this is about how I've been treated, but when I think about how the things that you guys have done has been treated, that pisses me off more. Like, I don't give a fuck about me. Let's be real. I give a fuck about the stuff that you guys have done for me and how that's being treated. You know? Like, I'm doing this more so because I want to protect you guys, and I want to get justice for what you guys have done for me rather than what's been done to me, you know? So, like, I do appreciate the patience and the understanding, even if it's frustrating to me, and I wish it didn't have to be like this. It would just be so much easier if everything could have just worked out, but life has a way of not letting that happen. But yeah, that's the sad girl posting. We're gonna have to wait even longer for our true actual 2.0. And I'm very, very sad. Like, very, 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 very sad. I almost didn't stream today, but I feel like I at least owed the honesty to you because of this decision that I've made. And by all accounts, I really could have just, like, pushed through a bit longer, but even my patience, as infinite as I've tried to allow it to be, was starting to run thin. And I can't let it go. On the bright side, this model is cute. That's true. If we want something to fill the void, having this and then having the chibi will work to an extent. It's still not the one that I wish I could show you, but it's at least a decent filler. And, you know, this model gets updated a lot, so there will be options for, like, outfits and stuff. So I guess it could be worse. I just really didn't want to have to wait longer. I'm so bad at being patient now because of how much I want. Just how much I want this to be. I don't know. More time to play with new toys? I guess so. Yuno is cute usually. I do my best. Think of it like when a game dev announces a game release has to be delayed. People understand it's because it's still being worked on and it'll come eventually. Yeah, but it still sucks to hear it. And I'm sure it probably sucks for the people making the game to have to say they have to wait, they have to push it back. it's still going to feel like you're disappointing people. As much as people will say that they're okay with waiting, I do know that there's still disappointment there. So it's like, I don't know. I see the perspective, though, and I understand what you're trying to say. I guess just to me, I still feel like there's still going to be disappointment, and I think that that's okay, because I'm still disappointed. I'm probably the most disappointed. out of like everything and everyone, I think I'm probably the most disappointed in how this has turned out and how this has to be. But I don't know. Waiting sucks. It's like realizing right before Christmas that Santa is delayed. Yeah, like that Santa has some sort of delay keeping him held up in some random country that's not yours. I get you. And this is something that's been in the works for, like, as you guys know, a year. Like, I literally was working on this from the minute, I guess not the exact minute, but from like around the time that Kawaii dissolved, which, speaking of, happy anniversary to everybody turning indie. I've been working on this since then. And so we're like reaching the point where it's been a year since this has been in development. And I'm just sad that I can't do it. I feel like this year was a total flop because everybody was able to do such cool stuff and like make such cool things happen this year. And I feel like I really fell off. And this is just me complaining about myself. I'm sure you guys could be like, oh, you still did so much this year. And I also know that internally, but because of my frustration and like my overall sadness, it's just like, it's hard to see that right now. So I'm doing the whole my comparison thing and feeling like I'm not doing enough because everybody else was able to make such cool things happen, and I'm here like, well, it's been a year since I went indie and I flopped. I flopped, I fell off, I'm chopped, I'm unk, I'm yunk, everything's dead. I feel like I'm a poopy butt, you know? I'm new to VTubers and I just found out you exist 35 minutes ago. Oh my gosh, well thank you for coming. But the fact that you're on stream sincerely apologizing to your fans for something that isn't even your fault makes you my favorite. That's very sweet of you to say. I've always been this candid with my audience though. It is how it be. But I still appreciate the kind words. Our favorite poopy butt? Thanks. I'm glad to have this role, I think. Question mark. You're not unk, it's not on your sleeve right now? I guess that's true. I guess I am not wearing the unk sleeve. A hardworking poopy butt? I don't know if you want your poopy butt to be hardworking, but sure. But no, I still feel like I have let down myself as well as you guys. And I don't know, I feel like the transparency was still important to share because I had said that I intended to have a trailer ready because I thought that I'd be able to debut this month. But with all of the things going on, like outside of me and my struggles too, December is going to be a kind of dry month anyway. So not debuting this month is okay. It could be worse. A lot of the things that I thought were going to be happening this month are not happening now, and that's okay. So we get through it. We get through it one day at a time. I'd rather have a hardworking poopy butt instead of a not working poopy butt. You have a good point. Dry December, dang it, I like snow. I mean content dry. You'll probably still get some snow, some S-word. Turn up the heat in that room. You shouldn't need to wear a jacket indoors. But I like wearing my jacket indoors. It's comfy. It's only a little bit cold. I'm not freezing. But this is the content. Dry month, no alcohol until New Year's. Oh, man. Well, that's pretty easy for me. I don't know how easy it is for you guys. February 3rd release date. I mean, I would like to say that too, but I truly can't give you anything right now. It's just... I just have to throw everything in the garbage, basically. Which sucks, but it is what it is. Better than having no Oni November. True. Now you get some Oni December. Yippee. Been cutting on alcohol this year, so pretty easy now. Congratulations! I'm very proud of you. That's big. Good job, good job. I don't really drink much during a month either, so it would be pretty easy for me as well. Sounds about right to me, but I need an excuse to exercise. Shovel or get trapped in there is, as it turns out, motivating. Oh my god, so true. There was one year where there was a lot of snow, and this was back when, well, OniMon had to use a ramp in order to get out of the box to, like, go to her appointments and stuff, but there was literally a point where there was so much snow that it piled up on the ramp, and I, like, had a hard time opening the door to, like, be able to let her out because the snow was blocking the door. So I had to, like, force it open and then go outside, shovel the snow off of the ramp, and then still make, like, a clear enough path for her to, like, maneuver her wheelchair out into the driveway so that she could get picked up by transit. You are right that getting trapped is definitely motivating. That was insane, because I didn't think the snow could reach that far, but it really did cover the ramp. I was like, I don't know if we could get you outside. And she was like, what do you mean? So I had to shovel. I imagine that Yuno now feels as if she's trying to complete Chrono Trigger and finally get her groceries, but the game gets longer and longer. It's like, imagine that you're really close, that you're like on like the second to last fight or something, or like maybe you're like in the final dungeon and you feel like you're really, really close, but then like your power goes out and it resets all of your progress back to like 2 dungeons before. That's kind of what it feels like to me. But you still have to endurance to finish the game and get your groceries. That's what it feels like to me right now, if we're doing a comparison. Just imagining Yuno climbing out the window of the roof to get outside. I wouldn't be able to reach the roof. We do have a second floor window, but that would have been very risky to jump out of. It's like when you think you're almost finishing Okami and then find out you're not even halfway done.
Wow, I can't believe I'm basically done, guys.
Wait, what do you mean? What do you mean there's more?
What do you mean there's more?
Okami was such a long game. I still liked it though, but god was it long. You ever see that video of a guy boiling water indoors in a Siberian winter and then they throw it outside and it immediately turns into snow? Oh my god, I have. That was crazy. Classic Yuno Hanaki moments.
Wow, I'm so satisfied I beat the game.
Hey, why is it acting like there's more? Why are there more boss fights coming? Why do I hear boss music? I saw that video title and laughed because I only have Lavos left is still translated as 3 hours to go. Chrono Trigger Skilly. Okami had like 3 fake endings, crazy work. I think it technically was only like 2. But when the 3rd ending came, I was preparing myself for the fact that it might be a fake ending. I was kind of like gripping my seat. I was like, please. Please be done. I was so stressed. All you need is blue skin and you're basically Jester. Ooh, I'll take that as a compliment. I love Jester. And that 1 2D section, you loved that part too. Oh, the fucking digging minigame. Yeah, I loved that. That was great. I loved that part. That was so cool. I loved that part. So sick. My favorite part. What if the whole game was just digging?
I think that would have made the game so much more fun.
As I literally explode from the power of lying. Me when I lie. No, 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 no. That's what Okami 2 is for. Okami 2, it's just the digging minigame. I think I would cry. I think I'd just be like, all right, well, at least I know ahead of time. I love that minigame in TOA that's so buggy it lets you skip it if you fail like 3 times. Oh my god. There's a mechanic in Tales of Legendia too, where if you're really struggling in a puzzle, one of the smart characters in the party will be like, you are so stupid, I'll solve this for you. You can literally just have the smart person in the group solve the puzzle, and I think that's great. I think more Tales games should implement that. Because there's something so funny about the really, like, smart fucking character being stuck in the back while your dumbass is trying to do an ice puzzle, and they just speak up like, hey, you're stupid? Do you want me to do it? Didn't Grace's do that too? No. I think Grace's only did it for, like, 1 puzzle. Also, Symphonia, I think, does not do it, but they do have skits about how you're struggling. The skits are more just commentary on you being bad. They don't necessarily give you instructions on how to get through it. What I'm saying is that in Legendia, they will literally be like, hey, I'm smart, I'll solve this. Do you speak Japanese, by the way? A little bit. Not a lot. I used to speak more a few years ago, but I've gotten quite rusty. I want to get better again. I'm really good at listening. I am not as confident with speaking off the cuff. I can read and I can write a little. Both of those are a little. I can't read well. Kanji are a weakness. But I'm not bad at it. I just am not super confident. The biggest issue is my confidence. I was thinking of Persona Q. Naoto just feeds you the instructions if you fail enough. Yeah, it's like that, except it's with the 2 smart characters in the party. At first, it's 1 character, but then when you get the other, like, actual smart character, he takes over and starts backseating you. It's so funny. Kanji are the reason I never bothered learning it. That's very fair. Kanji definitely turns a lot of people off with learning Japanese. And I can understand. I'm definitely much better at, like, listening, and I think that my vocab is pretty strong because I'm good at listening. I'm very bad at responding back, though. I'm really bad at that part. But I can listen and understand pretty well. It's just everything else. And then I die. But I'm also really good at mimicry, so if I hear someone, like, say something, or if I have to sing something in Japanese, I'm really good at, like, learning the pronunciation that way. That's Spanish! I'm not good at all at Spanish. I only recognize that biblioteca is library because it's similar to French where it's bibliothèque. I'm the same way with Russian. I can understand about 70% of what I hear, but then I try to speak and I'm like, fuck, what's the word? Literally me every time I think about my ability to speak Japanese, I think about this one time that my actual Japanese sensei came to meet me because she didn't realize that I got the job at my school's like tutoring center as the Japanese tutor, but she wanted to meet the tutor because she wanted to kind of know, like, she wanted to meet and thank the person who was helping her students get their test grades up, and then she saw it was me and she was like, oh, Yuno-chan! And she was like, Hisashiburi! And we were like talking and having a little bit of a convo back and forth in Japanese, but then I forgot the vocabulary term for this year. I forgot that it was different from like saying next year or like the year before. It has like, it's one of those words that has a very specific like form to it, and I forgot. And so she had to like feed it to me because I said kyonen because I was thinking of ima and year, so I was like, kyo, but I'm stupid. But I'm dumb, so she corrected me and she had to say kotoshi, and I was like, right. Japanese oral loss. Yeah, I literally like fumbled the bag so hard. Whoops. Yeah, whoops. But it's okay. Kyonen means last year. Yeah. Kyonen is how you say last year. Kotoshi is how you're supposed to say this year. And then Rainen is for the next year. I remembered Rainen, and then I was like, oh, well, if Rai is next, then Ima-nen is Kyo. Because I'm dumb. I'm very oopid. Fumbling the bag when it's literally my job to tutor students in Japanese. Sometimes I just think the irony is funny. Your logic was right, but JP disagreed. That's why she was very quick to correct me. I was like, oh, right. Oops. My bad. Raichu is next Chu. Well, it's more like Rai comes from like Raiden, which is like thunder. It's like Thunder Chu. And then Pikachu is like spark. So it's like spark kiss. Choo choo. It's also the sound that mice make. So it's literally like spark mouse, kinda. And then Raichu is like thunder mouse. Kinda. Yeah, Mirai is just general for future. She choo-choos us for free. Man, you guys are starving for content, aren't you? Me just randomly saying choo-choo is enough. I mean, fair. I do understand. Pichu is a baby. Pichu is just like literally small. You're literally so tiny, little tiny baby. Goo goo gaga. Anyway. Next, she's going to Ara Ara. She's out of control. Now, who said this? Now, who said I was going to do that? That is so 2019. Maybe 2021 if we're being generous. You can't sparkle over that. I didn't even say it the right way. I didn't even say it the right way. You are too eager for crumbs. Was High Honey the year after? I think High Honey was 2020. It's the thought that counts. Did I really think about it, or did I just read it and not think about it? In the canon, I did sparkle sparkle attack. I love that for you. You talking about the Data Live meme? Is that the meme? I wouldn't know if it's from Data Live. The only thing that I remember is that Suisei said it and it made people go crazy. That's what I'm thinking of. Wait. Guys, I have breaking news. This is unrelated to what we've been talking about, but there's breaking news. The breaking news is my hair has gotten long enough that I can put it in a ponytail. I need to cut it. I need to cut it. I need to cut it so bad. I don't like it being this long again. Yada. Perfect librarian length. It's still like a small ponytail, but it is in a ponytail. It's not very long. It's if I had to say the length, it's probably kind of like the length of the side ponytail that's on this model, but not on the side. It's in the back of my head. It's not super long. How will this affect Yuno's legacy? Hair will keep you warm this winter, but consider I don't like it. I don't want it to be this long. Long hair cute. I'm glad that you guys enjoy. I don't like having long hair though. Hair reveal win. Never. As VTuber, I do not really like to do flesh posting. I do not really want to expose the flesh. I'm good, thanks. For that, I'm shaving my hair this winter. Yippee, let's go! Bald gang, bald gang. Hair isn't flesh. Yeah, well... No. What if you grew it down your lower back? Oh, Jesus. No. I'd cry. Wait for the hair to get long enough so that it completely covers the flesh. See, the problem with how my hair texture works is that it's so curly, it like would never reach that length because there's just so much of it, and the way that it curls really tight, I don't think it could ever get that long. That's how my hair texture is. Yuno has curly hair. I've said this before. Infinite drills. But yeah, no, my hair is very naturally curly. Do you ever want to just straighten it? I used to straighten it a lot when I was younger. But then it was like really killing my hair, so I stopped straightening it as much, and I started getting more the salon. The stylist that I was working with for a while was giving me tips on how to use the like natural curls to my advantage and like style them to look nicer. But that was also when I was in my era of like cutting it short. It had to be straightened when it was long, and I had it long for most of my childhood too. The shortest I would ever cut it for a long time was only to like my shoulders. After that, I would just let it grow out. But I was always straightening it. How much of a pain in the butt is it to straighten hair? With hair like mine, that is thick and curly, if I wanted to get my hair straightened, it would take 4 to 5 hours. I would have to go in for an early morning appointment, and I wouldn't be done until late afternoon. But that's specifically for someone with my hair texture and the fact that my hair is very, very curly. Back in the days when I was getting it done a lot. Did you not use the liquid that helps with not burning the hair? Oh no, it's not that my hair got burnt, but still, constant flat ironing will do damage to your hair. Even if you're using the protectant, which I was. I used to have a coworker that woke up at 5 a.m. to be at work at 9, and 50% of that was hair straightening. Exactly. It gets really bad. Yuno's body resists straight. This is not new news. That fucking killed me. That's awesome. Woo. That's great. We love it here. Got me literally dying. How do you think I feel? I don't think I've laughed that hard at a joke in ages. That's awesome. Not a single hair on this girl is straight. Yeah, that's the problem. I had to force it to be straight, and even then. Even then. There isn't enough forehead, my life is ruined. It's fine, you'll live. It's because this, the model that I'm using doesn't have a bang option for, pinned up bangs. I think that, that was requested recently, though. So maybe they will add it at some point. But as soon as they have an option that lets me have, like, pinned up bangs, I'll probably adjust this so it looks more like me. This is the best option. The option that was just no bangs at all just looked crazy.
Hi, Meow. Hi, Meow. Hi, Meow. Hi, Meow. Hi, Meow. Hi, Meow. Hi. Hi.
Pretty girl. As I'm, like, laughing hysterically about how I've never been straight ever, I see a pretty woman and I'm just like, hey. Hi. When you said straight as a wet noodle, I didn't know it applies to your hair. Yeah, it does. It's always been very curly. I love you, Miss Yuno. Hope you're having a good day. Oh, I love you too, Miss Meow. Also, she says that you guys need to treat me well or she's gonna hit you with a baguette, so you better behave. Promise? Don't say promise to that. Please. Behave yourselves. Thank you for the hydrate. I literally just took a sip of water, but I'll take another sip. You don't want bread, you know? I mean, I do want bread, but I don't want to be hit with bread. I clipped that? Oh boy. It's a good clip. Anyways, back to my hair texture. Want the link? Oh, it's okay. It'll show in my feed on Twitch later. I will be able to access it later. Love the customization you made. Thank you. It's more so based on the chibi that I've been using, rather than anything else, but I do think that it looks really pretty. I look good, I think. Oh my god. That comment's crazy. What if it's a cute girl hitting you with bread? I mean, that's true. I would allow. You do look good. You always look good. You're beautiful. Speaking of chibi, how is wife? You haven't seen wife on the chibi either. Wife is good. You kind of aren't going to be able to see wife for a while because I'm using two models that don't have her. Because this model also does not have wife. I would have to figure out how to edit textures. I don't know how to do that. I'm kind of ooped, so I can't do that. But wife is doing okay, trust. Wife is on vacation. Wife went to go get milk. Yeah, she went to go get milk. Sag, heartbroken, committed isekai. I cannot believe committed isekai is a verb now. Editing textures isn't too hard. I could help you with that if you want. Oh, maybe. Maybe. I have to figure out if I can get the texture for wife off of my thing. Probably. But I've never done it before. Wife on a girl's cruise? Yeah, wife is out with the girlies. Why does everyone in my life crave dairy? Dairy, unfortunately, is quite essential when it comes to making a lot of meals. Milk is useful for many a recipe. They crave the cow juice. Yes, yes, yes. Also cheese? True. Cheese is also essential for a lot of very delicious recipes. Calling it cow juice. I thought that one was gonna slip under the radar, but someone did manage to point it out. Why would wife need to go get milk when there's already so much right in front of us? You mean in this cup over here? Yeah, there's plenty of milk in there to go around. Mm-hmm. Over there in the cup. Never say cow juice again. You guys don't like to have fun. You guys don't like to have fun. I'm being stifled. I'm being censored. It's in the keyb. I don't think there should be milk inside of my keyboard. Beef juice. Beef juice. Cow syrup. That disclaimer at the top won't stop me because I can't read. Well, read. Read harder. I'll make it bigger so that you can see it better. Read. Read this. This is not 2.0. Isn't there milk in the horns? No! There's nothing in there. Pay 2.0? Yeah, sure. Silly Yuno, you are reading for us. I mean, I did basically just now, so I guess that's fair. I got stifled when I was orchid my goblet. Well, I think there's a pretty obvious reason for why that occurred. I think you need to look inward for that one. What is reading? Reading is when you look at words and you parse together what they are saying and you comprehend them. Look inward and stop looking downward. Yeah. Not bad. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. I think I did a pretty good job. It took a really long time. It took a really long time to get it to look this pretty. But I feel pretty confident. I like how it looks. The eyes used to be more orpal, but I adjusted them a little bit so that there was more of a pink to them, like how it is on my 1.0. And also because the 2.0 eyes have more pink too. See? There's like more of a pinkish spot, kinda. Yeah. I love that the explanation for reading has the more difficult parse in it. Hey, parse isn't that hard of a word. Would you call that color lavender, magenta, or puce? Lavender is probably closer to what I would want it to be. Because I really like pastels. And lavender, I think is how my image color is classified in, like, color pickers. Pretty sure it gets classified as a lavender. Like the town. Yes. Like the town in Pokemon. Boop, 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 boop. Like that. That's what my image color sounds like, apparently. She does have Gengar colors. Maybe I am a Gengar. You don't know. Maybe there's more pink in my eyes because eventually they're going to be red like a Gengar. You don't know. Maybe this entire time I've been a Gengar Gajinka. You heard it here first. Lavender, I hardly know her. She's Ogrepon. I am Ogrepon. If only Ogrepon's shiny was Orpal. You're gonna Mega Evolve and become 100%. Why is that such a funny thing to say? I'm just like, what if I'm Gengar and someone's just like, you're gonna become head? Yeah, okay, I guess. That didn't really cross my mind. Sure. We have a few VTuber friends where their lores they are Pokemon Gajinkas. This is true. I feel like it's not too hard to say that you are a Gajinka of a Pokemon if you look pretty similar. I mean, if you look at Kaya, the pirate dragon does look very Dragonite core. Now that's lore accurate. I mean, that is true. I am very big brain all the time. You know, in Gengar pajamas would be so cute. Wait, that would be so cute. I do love Pokemon Kigurumi. I only have one Kigurumi and it's Pom Pom Pudding. Are we surprised? We shouldn't be. I love Pom Pom Pudding. But I've always kind of wanted like a Pokemon Kigu at some point. I don't have one. I don't know what Pokemon I would choose. But Gengar might actually be a good choice. I might have to look into that. I really like Gengar. An underrated favorite. Pom Pom Pudding Kigurumi is so cute. Yeah! When I was in school, that was a gift that Hitomi got for me for my birthday one year. I think she got herself her own Kigu, but I don't remember what it was. But then she got me a Pom Pom Pudding one, and I was very excited, and I wore it all of the time in my apartment. It was so comfy. What's your favorite Christmas song? Interesting question. I'm thinking. This might be a surprise pull, but Oh Holy Night was one of my favorites out of a lot of the Christmas CDs that Onimama would make me listen to. I liked how Oh Holy Night usually led to like really cool, like powerful notes during the choruses. I always thought that was neat. I never really thought about the meaning of the song because I never read the Bible. But I thought that the way that the song sounded was cool. They have a Badsmaru one? You should get it. Treat yourself. Is Yuno a Hex Maniac? I think if I had a trainer class, Hex Maniac might be the closest to what would suit my vibe. Or I guess maybe Kimono Girl. Kimono Girl could also be an option. You know, for when I'm actually wearing my kimono. Someone said they were going to put up a Pom Pom Pudding Christmas tree this year. I'm very jealous. I'm very jealous of them. I have a few Pusheen ornaments on my little baby tree, but I don't have any Pom Pom Pudding ones. I wish I did. But I have little like Pusheen winter themed like keychain things that I use as Christmas ornaments on my little fiber optic tree. I have a little baby tree. I don't put up the big tree. But I have a little baby tree. unexpected for a choice, but at least it wasn't annoying like me force replaying Feliz Navidad. I never really cared for Feliz Navidad. But I do understand why it gets in people's heads super easily. But no, I've always really liked the more serious, like, pretty Christmas songs. I don't know how else to word it. Which means that a lot of them ended up being more religious coded. When I think of other Christmas songs, I tend to think of, like, original Christmas songs that were, like, made for specific albums or, like, for specific series. But if I had to go for, like, the more traditional, like, the ones you would hear carolers sing, that would be my pull. Put the pom-pom puddings in throne. I guess I can. I don't know. I feel bad asking for items. I have to look into it. If I can find some cute ornaments, maybe. How do you feel about the Christian thing, being a demon and all? I mean, that's a pretty crazy question to ask. If we're being real, I think people are allowed to believe what they want, and I absolutely respect everybody's beliefs. For me, I never read the Bible, so I really don't know a lot about Christian things, which also ended up being a real pain when I became an English major. And so many books, there would be cases where everyone around me would be like, oh yeah, this is a clear, obvious reference to the Bible, where blah, 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 and I'd be like, oh, okay, I guess I just have to take your word for it because I've never read that thing. So I'd be like, I never caught on to any of the Bible references when it came to literary analysis. I would just kind of analyze things my own way, and then eventually other people would point out that they are from the Bible, and I'd be like, oh, okay. That's neat, I guess. Oni, you're from Onigashima, not hell, so it's okay. Very true. Well, Onigashima is an island in hell. Kind of. We're like a bridge between, like, the mortal realm and then also hell. Or like a vacation island for demons in hell. That's how I met Reina. Reina's family has a vacation home on Onigashima. Wasn't it One Piece? No! It did not originate in One Piece! Fuck! As far as I know, Onigashima is a foot of an FGO. I'd rather have that. Please. So you have deer sightings? Yeah. Occasionally. Hozuki-san watchers know Onigashima and Christian Hell are different jurisdictions. Yeah. Here I thought all this time Yuno was a big One Piece fan like Kaya. No, that's literally... I've explained this before, but for those of you that are new, my manager did actually think that I was referencing the Onigashima from One Piece because I had a gen mate that really loved One Piece. My first ever meeting I had with my manager, ever, in production Kawaii. He asked me about Onigashima and about, like, the references to it in One Piece, and I was like, what? Because I was always referencing it as, like, the Onigashima that's from, like, Japanese folklore. Because it's, like, it's truly a part of, like, actual Japanese folklore. It's not just One Piece. But every time he Googled it, the only thing that came up when he Googled Onigashima was One Piece. Like, it was autofilling to One Piece because of the One Piece arc that was going on. So he thought that I was referencing One Piece when I made my lore. And I was like, no. No, I am not. Please. I had to Yuno-splain Japanese folklore to a Japanese speaker. My manager that worked for a Japanese company spoke fluent Japanese. I was like, How do I explain this to you? It was crazy. I did not expect that was going to have to be how that first meeting went. I was like, holy moly. But no, I do think it was partially because I also had a gen mate who was very obsessed with One Piece. And they also knew that the two of us were close, so they probably assumed that I was referencing it because we were both into the same things. I've literally never consumed One Piece. The most One Piece I've ever consumed was like the first arcs in like the 4Kids version when I was a child. I've like never gotten into One Piece otherwise. Same company that has no idea what Nendoroids are? Well, at least my manager knew what Nendos are. It was the rest of management that didn't. They truly had no idea what I meant when I said Nendo. I had to explain it, I had to show them, and I had to tell them like what to search when they wanted to look up what it meant. They had no idea. Japanese entertainment company, by the way. Yuno's great-great-great-grandfather hated that darn Momotaro and his marauding animal gang. I've always said this. Searching Onigashima on English Wikipedia redirects to Megijima, which has been linked to the mythical island Onigashima, island of ogres, visited by the folktale character Momotaro. Yes. Yes. Correct. I knew this as well. But I already knew about Onigashima because I knew that it existed due to, you know, doing research into Oni when I was given the Oni model. Like, it wasn't that hard for me to find it, and I'm not the JP speaker. It took me like 3 seconds to be like, Oni lore, smacking my keyboard like a 2-year-old. Oh, they live in Onigashima. That makes sense. It's an island of Oni. Wow! It's very crazy that the assumption was that I was talking about the frickin' place in One Piece. Anime was a mistake. It's so true.
Wow! That's crazy.
Despite their faults, at least they were cute. I don't really think it was a fault. I just think it was silly. And yes, management were very cute. Oni lore, probably from like Brazil. I don't know. One Piece time. Definitely Kaya. I mean, I made my lore myself. I didn't really get much of Kaya's input. I helped Kaya with hers, though. Back then. Not so much with the dragon lore. But I did help with the ninja one. Did you help with ranch lore? I did not. Miss Ranch worked on her own lore. We did have a group document where we were like sharing our lore, and like Kaya and I were helping work on each other's, but because a lot of our debut prep was happening while Ranch was on a trip to Japan and she was like off doing other stuff, she didn't really get to like plan stuff out with us much, just due to the timing of everything. But we would see her updates get added to the document whenever she got the chance to work on them. So it'd be like, oh, surprise! Ranch wrote a few paragraphs. So she did her own lore, and then I did my own, and then I helped Kaya with hers way back when. I fell down and hit my chin real bad just before stream started, but I'm laughing so much I forgot about the pain completely. Oh my gosh. I hope your chin's okay. But I'm glad that I could help at least a little bit. I saw horns on your avatar, but your avatar reminded me of Lum Invader from Urusei Yatsura. Lum Invader. I have never heard this name before. Lum Invader. Oh! That's like the main girl, isn't it? Kinda. Yeah. She is an Oni alien hailing from the planet Oniboshi. I mean, close enough. You're not wrong, I guess. It would have been funny if they asked if you were created by Muzan or one of the 12 moons from Demon Slayer. They did ask me if I had watched Demon Slayer when we were first talking and like had one of our lore and like name discussion meetings. They asked if I knew anything about Demon Slayer, and I was like, never watched an episode. And they were like, okay, we can still work with that. But they did keep referencing Demon Slayer a lot. And like, they brought up Demon Slayer because that was when we were still tossing around the idea of me just having one word as my name versus having a first name and a last name. So that was like the main thing, because they were talking about how the names of the Oni and Demon Slayer didn't really have like last names. I still think of the ranch vending machine drawing you made of her. I think about that stream a lot too. Also, it's supposed to be a gacha machine, not a vending machine. But I mean, I can't draw, so it makes sense. Lum cosplay win? That would probably be tough to pull off right now. I'm glad you're able to help Kaya a bit, knowing now how much she worked for the debuts. Oh yeah, she worked her ass off. But I've always done my best to help her with, like, writing and, the more, like... I don't know how else to word it, but, like, the more behind-the-scenes-y type of, like, setup for things. But I helped her set up her lore and, like, come up with, like, a basic lore concept. She still did a lot of the, like, actual, like, writing for her stuff herself. But I would be there to, like, help bounce ideas off and, like, come up with specific ideas. Yeah. You were a beanbag? I was. I initially wasn't going to draw me, but then you guys were like, but you need to match with them. So I drew myself as a beanbag. If all the prizes are ranch, it's not too far off. It's true. It was mostly all ranch bottles in there. That was truly a stream of all time. That was back during my 6 a.m. time slot. Who remembers? Crazy work. Why did I do that? Why did I stream that early? It didn't even do anything for my numbers. What now? I know, right? RIP to that era, for real. It's okay, I know better now. Looking at the regular times that my viewers are online, I pretty much should stick to evening streams. I think I should be sticking to evening streams. Occasionally afternoons are okay, but it seems that I should be sticking to evenings. You will not have to worry as much about that anymore. Trust. Cross my heart and hope to die. I suppose. But yeah, don't worry. I am a good egg. I probably will not pull that anymore. At least not starting at 6 a.m. The only time you'd see me live would be if I started like way before then and I just pulled an all-nighter and streamed. Or if I'm doing an endurance, I guess. Not that I'm promising anything. SpongeBob holding his hands up so he doesn't get hit by a truck. I'm not promising anything. No endurances. No, Yuno-dan, stop. Dama are asleep post-gen mates. You know Hanaki up before the sun for some silly reason. Well, back then, it was because it was a suggestion from management to try and target, like, different times. And that time frame was considered kind of empty within, like, the usual kawaii time slots. So they wanted there to be more options for, like, talents to be live around that time. And it was also because of how my schedule was with taking care of Oni Mama. I would be awake at that time anyway to, like, do stuff for her. So I would just start using that time to stream. So that way I wouldn't have to, like, take full days off to take care of Oni Mama in the mornings. At least that was the reasoning. It was supposed to be a way to take advantage of, like, that time frame. And then also allow for another, like, stream option for the late night / early rise crowd. Too early for EST, literal dead hours for PST, lunch break for Eurodama's, peak prime time for JP Bros. Yeah. It was a very interesting time slot for sure. But considering most of my audience was like EST, PST, I was very much like, I don't know how... I don't know how this is really gonna benefit me. But management thought that it might help me get like a more diversified audience. Also, J Roach channel, thank you for the follow, welcome in. Welcome, welcome. But yeah, they thought that it might help me get a different audience. Wow, pretty, thank you. Thank you. This is a custom model. You've probably seen Lynn use this model, and you've probably also seen Kaya use it. I don't know if any... Well, actually, no. Hiyori did a stream where she customized it to look like her, right? So Hiyori's also used it. I don't know if anybody else has used it. But yeah, it's that model. I customized it to look like me, kinda. A little bit. Targeting that 65 plus Indian men demographic. That's still one of the craziest stories I ever heard. I felt so bad. I was just like, oh my god. EO's stream is where Toggle 7 was found, top and bottom. Yeah. Like I said, I wanted to make sure that I didn't accidentally toggle something funny. Because I knew this model had some features. TM. So I did all my customization offline. That's why you just got jump scared by her today. Hehehe. Looks very much like you, very pretty. Aw, thanks. Shucks. Thank you. Well, yeah, I'm not gonna lie. The 6 a.m. time slot was not ideal. It was not ideal for me. So I am glad that I don't have to do it anymore. Technically, I never had to begin with, but I was still like... I was willing to try whatever management suggested, kinda. So I tried the morning time slot. I tried to make myself, like, available and flexible. I wanted to be good. I wanted to be a good talent. Well, a lot of good that really did. That was good for me when I had to wake up at 4 for work, but that is rough on the streamer. I mean, I was also getting up at 4 to help Oni Mama. And then she'd be out of the house by 6. So that's why I would then be streaming. Because I would be helping... I would have been helping her. So since I was already awake, management was like, since you're up at that time anyway, why don't you stream? And I was like, meh, okay, I guess so. Mostly because they didn't want me to keep taking too many days off. That was when they were really trying to get me to stream at least once a day, every single day. So instead of taking time off to take care of Oni Mama, they were like, why don't you just stream the minute she's gone? And then end around when she's coming back. And I'd be like, oh, okay. You are a good talent and a good person. Thanks, man. Thanks, man. I do my best. A style of the model stream would be fun, but the curtains close every time she changes. I mean, I could probably just set it so that it's like a changing booth. And then you see my head poke out, but then if I'm changing anything on the body, it's covered by the booth part. Maybe. There's like a decent amount of options on this model right now, but not like... It's not like super varied. Do you know what I mean? Like, it'd still be kind of hard to like truly diversify the outfits. Checking in on my Starlight and Sunshine in chat too, I guess. Hi, Hitomi. I'm doing okay, thank you for checking in. Such a down bad message for her to send. How out of character. Chat, I'm a worried mama. I just want her to be okay. He told me I'm fine. You're embarrassing me in front of my chat. She remembers us. She's thinking about us damas. We're sorta in. She said our name. True. Howdy, familiar stranger. Howdy. Oh, Hanaki, welcome in. She said our name. 6 a.m. for EST is 11 p.m. Japan time, like gaming for nighttime viewers. Europeans are in 2 p.m. GM. 11 a.m. Yeah. Yeah, I know. It was a very weird time slot. But again, not many people in Kawaii were like streaming in that time slot, so management was like, can you try to stream in there? And I'd be like, okay. All right, I guess. The setup you use for the model is perfect. Thank you. Thank you. I think it looks pretty too. I think someone said something earlier about my mouth tracking being a bit funny, but I think that's just how it's rigged a little bit. And also, it's partially the fact that I'm loading in the big boy version. I should probably switch to the smaller version of the model, which wouldn't be too hard to fix. I can help fix that though. Okay, I guess we'll work on it tomorrow. I'll do it tomorrow. They were saying it's like a little bit out of sync. I don't think so, but I kind of see what they mean. We noticed some weird issue with the mouth tracking at first too. I guess it is like slightly out of sync. I wonder why. It could be worse. It's not, I don't think it's enough that it's causing like a problem. I also just think the problem is that the mouth is tiny, and I also don't really move my mouth much when I talk. Believe it or not, I actually had this issue with 1.0, where it felt like it was barely moving a lot of the time, and it's just because naturally my mouth is not like very big, I guess. I don't make very big mouth talk move. But we'll see. I'll have Hitomi help. She's big smart. Yuno is tight-lipped, that's why she never leaks crumbs. I only leak 1 crumb per month. Calls you Sunshine, says she knows just how to fix your mouth. What does she mean by this? Listen, Hitomi just talks in a very lovey-dovey way, but it's not... You don't have to get it twisted. Damn, she yapping. I do be yapping. Talk mouth moves are small. Understandable. Very understandable. I still think it tracks me pretty okay. Also, I can finally do stuff that I've always wanted to do. I can puff my cheeks! Guys, I get to be cute. I can puff my cheeks. Yes! I've wanted to have this ability for so long. Okay, Kirby, we get it. Also.
Bleh.
I can stick my tongue out too.
Bleh.
Team Lamb. These are things I've always wanted to be able to do, but I couldn't. So another reason I love this model. A lot of the time when you go to commission a rigger, they charge extra for things like the cheek puffing and the tongue. And I never really bothered with it because it was always just kind of like extra to me. I didn't think it was necessary to have in a model, but I have low-key always kind of wanted it. So when I saw that this model had it, I was really excited. I think the cheek puff in particular is my favorite because I pout a lot. So now you guys can actually see it when I pout. So cute. The tongue is also awesome, but I do think that the cheek puff is the best part. Personally, in my opinion.
I adore it. I like being able to puff my cheeks.
Let's see. Is there anything else I wanted to yap about today? I haven't really gotten up to much, so no, not really. Not really. I'm trying to think, though. Surely there is something. I'm trying to think if there is something. That's why I'm thinking with my brain. I've made a bit of progress in Pokemon offline. I now have 230 of the 231 Pokemon in the Dex. The last Pokemon that I need is Umbreon. And the reason I don't have Umbreon yet is because I'm stubborn and I still want to find my shiny Eevee. But I'm going to try and keep hunting. I hunted a little bit today. Didn't manage to find it. Missing one shiny boy, frick. Literally. That's all that's left. And then I'll have a complete Pokedex. I might try to do more of the missions to try and get the shiny charm too, because I just feel like that's the only way I can improve my odds at this point. But also, I did catch some wind in the PokeTuber, Pokemon like streamer, YouTuber community that I watch a lot of creators in, that there's going to be a big event in a couple of weeks that's going to focus on hunting shiny Eevee. So maybe we'll do a couple streams during that time where I'll really lock in on finding shiny Eevee. Shiny Eevee is going to be the target, so maybe we'll do that. You can get the charm yet? No. To get the charm, you have to complete like separate missions. It's not the same as completing the Pokedex. You have to specifically complete the tasks that they set out to you, and then you earn enough points to get the charm. And you only get the charm at level 50. I'm like almost level 45. But in order to complete more of the missions, I have to catch more Pokemon and do more battles. Catch more Pokemon, evolve more Pokemon, and do more battles. But I'm getting there. Did you see that guy dressed as Cyrus that won a VGC event? I did see him. It was pretty crazy. He has such an intimidating power stance in the announcement tweet of him winning, too. It was pretty hardcore. But yeah, I don't have the charm yet. I have to work on that. And the DLC is coming out next week, I think, which is crazy. So I'll probably be locking in to complete the DLC story, so that way I can go back to playing it on stream again. Luckily, it comes out on a Wednesday, which is usually my day off, so I can lock the frick in. Love that for me. But I'll complete the DLC stuff, and then hopefully we'll be able to set up to hunt for shiny Eevee during that event that I talked about. It's like, it's a big maybe. I don't know if I'll stream for that. I kind of want to. I think it could be fun, but it was very ironic that they mentioned that Eevee was going to be the target. I was just like, whoa. I cannot believe that they want Eevee to be the target after I've been trying to hunt Eevee for like weeks. But I might try, just to see if I can get Eevee. Would be awesome. Pokemon Company is taking pity on you specifically. No, it's not a Pokemon Company event. It's like a fan, well, kind of a big creator is like hosting the event, I guess. And he said that the target was probably going to be Eevee. The only rule is that you have to try and hunt Eevee in Legends ZA specifically. Whatever method you want, as long as you're hunting in that game and you're hunting for Eevee. And you just gotta try and get the shiny within that like time span, which I think is like 2 days. It hasn't been formally announced yet, so I'm just kind of spitting out like what he mentioned on his stream today when I was watching it. What kind of cruel joke? I know, I've been saying. I'm just like, man. It really do be like that. But maybe that's what I need. Maybe I need to take part in the event and then Eevee will show up. Right? Surely? Surely? We'll see. It would be nice if she did, but we'll find out. Or it could just be a case of me phasing a bunch during that time frame. Maybe, but don't call me Shirley, man. I think what I might do, if I do decide to stream during that event, I think I will probably have like a list of all of the places where you can find Eevee. We might just do like a whole rotation and like check every single location where Eevee might spawn. And then see if we can get it to be shiny in any of those spots. Just so that we're trying like every possible method to get it. To really prove how bad my luck is. It's okay. The streamer that I was watching apparently has also had like really bad luck with finding Eevee. So I am not alone. I am not alone in this world. Gets shiny Eevee, the IVs are right for Flareon. Frick, shiny 2 Jolteon, shiny 3 Flareon again. Stop! Don't wish this on me! I want shiny Umbreon so bad. It's also the last Pokemon I need for my decks! At least until the DLC comes out and they add more Pokemon. Speaking of the DLC, there's one more trailer coming out tomorrow where they're gonna reveal like the last bit of like whatever they're planning to reveal before the DLC drops. So I'm very curious to see if they're gonna reveal new megas or something. I don't want leaks. If you've heard anything about like leaks or spoilers or anything, don't tell me. Don't tell me. But I am curious to see what they're gonna reveal for this last little trailer for it. Personally, I also think it would be nice if they could reveal that they're planning to add like more outfits or more hairstyles as part of the DLC. Please. It doesn't have to be a new mega. It'd be cool, I guess, but like it doesn't have to be a new mega for me. I'm fine with literally anything. More crumbs. Yuno Hanaki, or should I call you Yuno One-san? You can call me whatever you want. But yes, hi. It's me. I was going to type a leak emoji, but it doesn't exist. You'd have to type like a faucet Hi, whatever you want. I did set myself up for that one. I did set myself up for that one. I can't really be mad. We can call you Flower? Yeah. Purple Yuno 1.9 beta? Yeah, kinda. It's more so based off of the design of the chibi that I've been using. Because, like, I mean, you can't really see it like this. Let me move a little. The sweater and, like, the top are more pink, which is, like, how it is on the chibi. But, like, kind of. Also, like, the side pony is more of a feature of the chibi than it is of how 2.0 looks. But, I mean, considering it's a more, like, adult, mature-ish looking model, you can argue that it's closer to 2.0, I guess. Even though 2.0 does not look like this at all. Does not look like this at all. But it is pretty. And it helps to have, like, a big kid-looking model so that I'm not always, like, a chibi for the next little bit. Like, it's good to have another option so that I'm not always small. I will probably still be small quite often, but I do think it's nice to have an alternative model that I can use. So I'm very grateful for the gift. Thank you for the gift. I'm getting good use out of it, and I hope you guys like looking at it. I hope you can enjoy looking at it too. Yuno-san, yeah. You can call me that if you want. I will admit to nothing. You don't have to. Looking respectful? Yeah, look respectfully. Awooga. Unpuntable. I mean, earlier everyone was talking about how they could still punt me. Even though I have become One-san looking, they will still find ways to punt me, so it's fine. Whatever. Whatever, I don't care anymore. You know, Harbinger of the Apocalypse? That's me. I will be the reason that the apocalypse occurs. What will the apocalypse look like? It's anyone's guess. The spirit of puntable lives within. Remember who you are. I'm not puntable! Do not punt me. If not lawn dart, why lawn dart shaped? I'm not a lawn dart! I don't understand why you think that I look like one. Wakanai. When you're a hammer, everything looks like a nail. Crazy. Crazy statement. What do you mean by that? What do they mean by this? Actually, I don't think I want to know anymore. I changed my mind, mayhaps. I'm putting that quote on my wall. Wow, congratulations. Motivational poster core. Pointy tip at the top, fun to play with, banned in like 39 states. Banned in 39 states? My goodness. Good thing I'm in Onigashima, I guess. Do not hit me like a golf ball. I am not a golf ball. Fake punt, Stamadachi goes and scores 2-point conversion. What the frick? Not the conversion. Leading cause of lawn-related casualties. True. That I will agree with. Lawn destroyer right here. That part's true. Yuno enthroned. Stop frisbee emote. I never want to hear YouTube complain about not having the Yuno emotes because you guys come up with some pretty clever jokes out of the default ones that you have access to. Crazy. I guess I'm a frisbee now. For some reason, that made me remember how much I liked playing frisbee as a kid to the point where I actually considered like becoming part of like a frisbee golf team. Because I was like, I like frisbee. But then I realized I didn't really like the idea of frisbee golf. You know when? Yeah, I truly just stand. You know when you when the you know when you whim. Very true. Game is game. What is that fucking emote? YouTube emotes are crazy. You introduced Speen? I did. Well, that's a joke that I stole from another channel, so I didn't really introduce it. That's called copy paste. That's called copy idea, make it me. Oh, neat. Twitch has a Dominachi emote. It kind of does. Twitch lit. I guess you guys are lit. Disc golf is pretty fun. My brother is big into it, so we go together sometimes. I just throw the thing and hope it goes in the right direction. Literally me. I think the problem is that as much as I like throwing frisbee and like catching frisbee, I'd be so bad at aiming the frisbee. So I'd be really bad at the actual golf part. But I'd like playing with the frisbee, so... Maybe in the end I'm just a dog. You know when she doesn't know what time it is? When, man? So true. Hey. Rude. Don't say that. Don't do that. On the aerodynamic flight profile of a lavender oiron when yeeted, published in the American Journal of Physics and the Journal of International VTuber Relations. Wow. I can't believe I am the subject of an academic study. Also, being called lavender oiron is kind of awesome. Finally, I'm not being referred to as green thing. Is this all it took? Did I just have to give you a model with more accurate bunos for you to finally stop calling me green? Was this the secret this entire time? Yes? God, you could have at least been like... You could have tried to fight it a little bit more. Fuck. Yesn't, man. I'm finally a purple thing. I should deny this, but I ain't lying. I mean, I'll take it. If this means that I will finally be considered Orpal in your eyes, I will allow. Nah, we've been found out. Back it up. Alright, guys, we gotta go. Mom's gonna pick us up in like 30. Gotta go get ready. Hitomi waiting outside in the Domodachi minivan. She matured? I did. I'm grown up now. Now we talk about grown-up topics during OniMon, like, the weather, and, the economy. Also, taxes. I don't really like talking about those, though. And then, and also, sports, probably. People, adults like sports, right? Fuck, I don't know. I don't know, man. Have you seen the price of eggs? This Yuno can see the top shelf, can't reach it, so we still have some power here. Very true. I can see the top shelf, and I can see what's on the top shelf to where I can ask you for something on it, but I definitely still can't reach it. That visual of Hitomi in the minivan has a bunch of damas piling like a clown car. That's the thing, you guys are so small that so many of you can fit inside the car. It is literally like a clown car. Yeah, sports ball. Go team. Yes, I also love sport. Ball is indeed life, as they say. Aha, aha, aha. Where's the green shorty? Who's this Urple thing? I'm here now. I'm truly Orpal. There's no more green to be seen. And I can actually, like, mean it when I say that. There's not a single trace of green on this model. Victory to me. When do we get Blitzball? Thursday. Blitzball is only for Thursdays. Those guys cheating fishing tournaments by feeding the fish lead weights, amateurs, Yuno just has us possess the scale. Damadachi, possess the scale and change the number. Finally, Blitzball Blurs Day. I am a woman of the people. She sucked all the green back inside her. Pause. I don't think I did anything like that. Why do you need to be tall when you have me, the human step stool? Crazy. I mean, if you insist. I feel a sudden weight on our shoulders. Huh? What do you mean my hand is on your shoulder? What do you mean my hand is on your other shoulder? What are you talking about? Pushes you down. That's my role. Now, ladies, one at a time. Why does this small tilapia weigh 20 kilograms? I don't know. It's just what the scale says. Must be very heavy. You can't just ask why something weighs a certain amount. Sometimes, you know, sometimes they just, you know. These things happen. Breaks through the wooden floor? Why did you break through the floor? And push you that hard. My goodness. What weighs more, 1 kilogram of Oni or 1 kilogram of feathers? Probably the feathers. I'm very light. I'm very light and very, slender and small and pretty. Must have ate plutonium. Yeah, clearly. It clearly ate, it ate a lot. So, yeah. Makes sense to me. Because feathers is heavier than Oni. Yeah. Feathers are heavier than Oni. This is true. What? But it's a kilo of Oni. Yeah, but the feathers are heavier. Feathers because Yuno is measured in troy ounces because she's worth her weight in gold. Aww. Aw, shucks. Thanks. Thanks, man. Thanks, man. I don't remember where all the emotes are on this thing, so I can't blush. Should I do a quick emote showcase? You've probably seen all of the emotes because of the other people that have used this model. But I guess I could show the expressions. It might help me start remembering where they are anyway. Start with 7? No. I won't, thanks. Please do, I haven't seen them. Okay. Let me make myself a little bigger. Lucky. So we have angry. Angry, grr, mad. Grr. Okay, and then we have Me when money. Money me have, money me now. Money for me, money Oni now, please. Money. Money time, money. Money have. That's a fun one, I like it. I like how the dollar signs will like, will still like spin and rotate every time you blink. It's a nice touch. Oh, the heart was number 3. I should have remembered that. Heh. What am I looking at? Probably my French fries. And then... You wouldn't bully me, would you? You wouldn't bully me. It's like literally... It would be like literally a crime if you bullied me, I think. You would bully me, would you? Don't bully. Please don't bully me, I'm baby, please. You know better than to ask that question. Would you bully me? I'd bully me. You guys are fucked up. Be nice. Here's the blush, which I think means it goes with this. Now, if you really want something suggestive... Okay. I should behave. I should behave. Expression 6. Wow. Your career is forfeit? That's so mean. Why would you do that to me? What was that about my career? Are you sure about that? You wouldn't actually, would you? I'd think about it. Never mind, I'm allergic to copy strikes. Yeah, I thought so. Yeah, I thought so. Dizzy. And they actually spin. You can imagine how much fun I have with this one. Ah. Ow, ow, ow. Love when they actually spin peak. I've always said this. It's the best when they spin. And then... They're a bit hard to see, but I am crying. Hold on. I might have to zoom in a little bit more for this one. It's like another pout, but with actual tears. You can actually see my lip quiver when I try to force the pout. It's so funny. Yeah. That's about it. And then there's also for like toggles. Hold on, I have to like make myself smaller again. A little bit smaller. For toggles, there's also... Look, it's Yuno colors. I'm gaming. I'm gaming. I made it Yuno colors. So now if I ever use this model during a gaming stream, I can game. I think it's also rigged to move and like hit the bumpers, like the triggers and the bumpers. It's not rigged to work with the sticks, but I think it is rigged to respond if I'm hitting the bumpers on my controller. I think. I haven't tested it, so I don't know for sure. But allegedly. And then the last one is a microphone for if I ever decide to karaoke with this model. Also, Yuno color. We are at the karaoke bar. I am about to sing. I don't know what I'm gonna sing, but I have the mic, so. They gave me the aux. The reverb was on this entire time. I will literally die. That can't possibly be true. I haven't turned on reverb. I will literally die. I will die right now. Say psych. It can't be on right now. I don't know how that would have happened. Okay, good. I would literally die. Because that means earlier I cried in reverb, and that would be fucked up, I think. I don't think I deserve that. Of all things, I don't deserve to cry in reverb. Even if that would be hilarious. Oh, God. Nightmare mode. Anyway. Those are toggles. Expressions and toggles. There's 2 toggles. Yeah. I noticed the tongue poke out, so I had to do the bleh again. Bleh. And then, of course, little cheek puff. It's so cute. It's so cute. I love the cheek puff so much. I've always wanted a model that could cheek puff. I was kind of sad when I saw that 1.0 Yuno couldn't do the fun stuff, but I understood. Those things usually cost extra when you're getting a model rigged. But I always wished I had the cheek puff. All geared up to play voxels. Peak gaming. Peak gaming. We are evil, but not that evil. Thank you. I appreciate that. I'm glad that you have control over your villainy. The bashful look is so lit. I do like how expressive it is, even if I'm not toggling on an expression. I do think that it has a lot of, like, ability to be expressive just, like, by my face. Which I like. I think 1.0 Yuno had that too, but, like, I do feel like this model has a lot of potential to be, like, super expressive, even if I'm not toggling on an expression. Because, like, I can frown, I can pout, I can squint, I can get, like, wide-eyed shocked, like, oh, and, like, it does a really good job of catching all of it. Which is good if you are like me and you do not have a, you don't have a stream deck, so you can't immediately toggle on expressions. Who are you? I am Yuno. I am Yuno Hanaki. I know that might be surprising, but I am. I'm she. I thought Yuno was green. No. No more green. Can you stick your tongue out? Yeah. It's so fun. Finally, Yuno hit puberty. It is a victory. This is the, I think this is the Otome preset body. There's like a couple different options for body presets, but I think Otome is meant to be like Otome heroine type body. So like young girl or like young adult girl. I thought it was more accurate. Look at you eating your watermelon like in your Fuki. It's not watermelon. It was Sakura Daifuku. No more watermelon. I would have chosen the Onesan body type for you. I mean, like original like alpha Yuno might have suited that, but I do prefer the kind of cuter looks. I think that Otome is pretty close to like how I feel I should look. I don't feel like Onesan fully suits me. I don't know if I could do like a full mature model. I mean, I could, but I'd have to do like a vibe switch. Still looks like a giant tongue to me, the mega mlem. I mean, it is quite a mlem. I will give you that. Otome heroine probably wouldn't have bottled her best voice route. Look, I'm oopid, okay? I'm not very good at playing routes blind. When I try to be myself, I'm apparently not compatible with my faves. The first time I ever played the Amnesia Otome, I was on the Iki route and I got the worst possible ending for him because I was too... I was too people-pleasy to people that weren't Iki. It got fucked up real bad. And then the same thing happened in Best of Fellows too. When I first played Limbo's route blind, I fucked up and I got the bad ending. But I didn't fuck up too bad. I only fucked up in 2 spots. But because of how the game is, those 2 spots ended up being crucial to like the pass fail rate for the route. So it really do be like that sometimes. Otherwise, I would have gotten it perfect. You know what would suit you more? Thick rimmed glasses and an orange sweater. Please. Once again, I'm being assigned to Velma. This is not the first time in my life that this has happened. It has happened a surprising number of times since streaming. But this has happened to me in real life before too. I've gotten the Velma profile and I've been like, man, I mean, you're right, but man. Fits. I mean, I've never said it didn't. I never said it didn't fit. I'm just saying it's happened. Class was easy, only had trouble with 2 tests. You know, reviewing the midterm and final. Oh, God. No. That is basically what it was like on that route. It's less like man and more like jinkies. Aw, jinkies. During one of my like first streams in my debut week, somebody asked me if I could do the Velma my glasses bit. I vividly remember this. Because they said that I sounded like Velma. So they asked me to do the glasses bit, and I was like, I guess this is my life as a streamer. And I was like, my glasses, I can't see without my glasses. And they were like, yep, you're Velma. And I was like, oh. You can do a pretty good Steve Urkel. Did I do that? Sorry, I think I could do that better. Hold on. Oh, did I do that? Yeah. No, I agree. That was awful great work. Thanks. They called you Velma because of how smart you are? We will choose to believe that that's what it was, and definitely not because I sound like a nerd. I will choose to believe it's just because they think I'm very, very smart. I'm a nerd and I want to stuff this thing in a locker. God damn. I mean, true. Awful. Just sound like a nerd? Well, it was debut week, so I didn't really reveal my full power level yet. I was being very tame because it was debut week, and this was still when Kawaii kind of expected us to stick more in the traditional Kawaii label. So I was like holding a lot of myself back. And just trying to be cute. Just trying to be a cute girl. And I was told I sound like a nerd. And I was like, oh, well, I guess that's fine. Sorry, I should be more like debut, you know.
Oh, well, I guess that makes sense. Thank you for the compliment. I guess I can try and, do more of a nerd type voice. I don't know if I really see myself as a nerd, but, I can try.
God, squish her like a bug. Put that little twerp in a locker. Get her out of here. Foreshadowing on the Yuno Hanaki debut. It really do be like that. I felt like I just warped back in time. Yeah, the real ones remember. Real Damadachi remember the old days when she was still trying to sound cute. Not quite say-so. I never really tried to market myself as say-so, but I really tried to be cute. And more like vanilla, I guess? And then it kind of just, it shattered over time. Trying, don't think you need to try much. Well, it's different. Because this was back before Kawaii kind of changed their vibe up a little bit in terms of like allowing us to be ourselves and allow that to be our brand of cute. Because they, like, I mean, they did still want us to be ourselves. They didn't necessarily want us to put on characters, but Kawaii had like a much stricter image on what was considered Kawaii in a way. And so they kind of had expectations for how they wanted us to like behave and kind of how they wanted us to like sound. I also had the vision that I should sound cuter because I thought that would be a better balance in Hanamizuki. Because the other two had more like... Well, I mean, Ranch's voice was kind of lower than both mine and Kaya's, but Kaya also had a little bit of like a higher voice that she was using, but she kind of was still like lower than me. So I was like, maybe for Gap, I should try to sound a little bit like cuter and like softer. So I had a different like vibe going on. More like performative cuteness rather than natural rough cut cuteness. Yeah, I think that's the best way to put it. I think each and every Kawaii debut had higher pitched voices because of the branding. A little bit. I don't think everybody was full on putting on voices though. A lot of people just naturally sound like that, which is crazy. But I do think you start out with like a... Because you're more tense and you're more nervous, your voice sounds higher. And then I think for the first little while you're trying to get used to streaming, your voice is kind of in that range. But I know I tried really, really hard to like present as more... I guess more traditional cute. Rather than letting out the nerd cute. Nerd cute kind of started slipping out the more I couldn't help myself. And then I eventually was able to morph into my real self. And whether or not you think that is cute, would be subjective, I suppose. Gotta sound cuter to balance out Kaya. No, 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 that's not what I mean. Kaya has always sounded cute. Kaya sounds adorable. But in my head, I was thinking about how their voices naturally sound, and I was trying to think if I could do something that would balance it a little bit more, so it became more like a more soft kind of cute. Kaya had the like Genki cute, and Ranch had the like cool cute, so I thought I needed to be more fluffy cute, like Fua Fua. That's kind of like the image that I thought I needed to have. Because Kaya had the energy down. She was like super chaotic, very, very Genki. And then Ranch had the like cool, kind of like mid-low tone cute that could still get like a little bit like dorky sounding and silly. So in my mind, I needed to be Fua Fua cute for proper balance. At least that was my thought process. So while I didn't keep the like pitch, I tried to keep the overall tone.
Thank you so much.
To be like Fua Fua cute. And that's how it be. We could have gotten Ara Ara cute, Yuno. We failed. I mean, you could have. But also, that one was more the internal change of how the Yuno Hanaki character looked. There was too much of a discrepancy between my key visual and how the model looked. So they had to make them balance, and they decided to balance it by making both more cute than more Onesan. But I could have been Ara Ara if they had decided to change the model to look more Ara Ara. But instead they switched it the other way and they made the key visual more cutesy. Also, let go my ego. Thank you for the $5 tip. Paying late book dues, talking to nerds for dummies. I hope you're able to learn a lot from that book. Beep. Thank you for the late fee and for returning your book. Perfectly balanced as all things should be. But like, that was just kind of my personal insight into it. I was not told to do it. I just thought that I should. Can you do Ara Ara? I don't buy it. I mean, I can. I've done what my initial thought for the Yuno Hanaki voice would be before. Back when she looked more Ara Ara One-san. But I feel like people never remember, or they're just doing it because they want to hear the voice again. But it was something like, hold on, I have to see if I can remember the specific tone I wanted.
Thank you so much. Oh, Hanaki, did you know that our souls are connected by fate? Well, what do you know? I'm Yuno Hanaki, the one and only Oiran from Yulun. Good evening, everyone.
That's how she looked to me when I first saw her, like when I saw the key visual. And then the model looked a little bit more cutesy, so I was like, do I need to make it higher? And then they changed the key visual on me last minute. And I had to kind of like pivot to what ended up being more cute. But that was the initial voice that I was thinking of for her when I was like first receiving all of the materials. I can taste the whiskey.
Oh, I'm sure that won't be the only thing you're tasting.
Another life. Another universe, as we say around here. Coulda, shoulda, woulda. But then they changed the branding to make her more cute, so... is what it is. Now I'm this, whatever that means. What are these comments? If only PK weren't cowards. I mean, I was a little bit sad when they decided to make her a bit more cutesy, but I also felt like cutesy characters were more up my wheelhouse, so I was like, I can work with it still. Just had to change my angle a little bit. Who says one can't be sultry and cute at the same time? Oh no, I definitely agree. There were just things I had to adjust still. Or, well, that I felt that I had to adjust. Proto, Yuno, and Dark Ron were too powerful. I miss Dark Ron. I wish we had her. That color palette was peak. I don't know why they asked to change it to pink. I'm not mad, because I also love pink as a color, but, like... Dark Ron was right there! Emo Goth Ron was right there! I know I've told you guys this story before, but when Ranch first showed us that was, like, hidden in the depths of her, like, model files, me and Kaya were both like, bark, 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 woof, woof, ruff, ruff, ruff. Like, we went crazy because she was so pretty. I miss that universe. Give her back. Give her back to me. But we really did. We both were like, ruff, 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 ruff. I have vivid memory. Semi-regular group Goth Ron lost sadness meeting. Literally. Come back, Goth Ron. I miss her. It's okay. It's understandable. I've also enjoyed the way Yukun talked. I don't know what it says about me, but here we are. I also think that Yukun has a really cool voice. I miss Yukun. I love that Yuno's reaction to goth girls is very, very normal. Oh, the most normal. I'm very chill. What do you mean? This is just like the average reaction. Why would they bring up a goth girl and then take her away from us? It must have been like what the initial design was that they pitched. And it makes sense because I remember from the ranch documents, like the ranch design documents, we got like one little peek at the ranch documents, I remember. And I think one of the character references they had sent to the artist was Sailor... which Sailor Scout is it? It's the one with the long black hair and the red. I want to say Mars, but I don't know if that's stereotypical. Is it Mars? I didn't really watch Sailor Moon. I don't know. Mars? Okay, sick. Yeah, the reference was Sailor Mars. So, and I think Sailor Mars had a very similar kind of color palette with like the red and like the darker colored hair. So I think when they first designed Ranch, they made her look more like Mars in that way with the darker colors. And then I guess somewhere along the line with whoever was like going back and forth with the artist, they decided to make Ranch pink instead. So they went for like the pink and red colors and like made the secondary color white instead of the black and gold. Was Mars tomboyish? I don't know. I wouldn't be able to tell you. Also, Daniel Smith, thank you for the $5. You know, just checked out Talking to Dummies for Nerds. That I did. I have 2 weeks to read it. Yes, because God of War, so she was a tomboy with a fiery temper. Oh, okay, okay, interesting. Interesting. But yeah, that was one of the character references they sent when they were working on the ranch design. I don't know if there were any references that they sent for me. Because the only things that I remember from my character document was literally like paragraph upon paragraph about like Oni and Oiran and Maiko. And I think they had like a older picture, like a museum artifact type old picture of like a painting of an Oiran, or maybe it was like a really old like Oni artwork or something. It was like something really old and traditional. And then I think they had an old photograph of an Oiran, maybe like an Oiran or a Maiko procession. And then I think the rest of it was mostly text that I couldn't read because it was all in Japanese and it was scrolling by really fast. But I think that was like the one image I remember on my part of the document. Being formed entirely from text seems to fit you. I
suppose so.
I guess that just means that there weren't really any anime characters that they were trying to reference when they were working on the design for me. But they had visual aids for Ranch. I don't know if they had any visual aid for Kaya. The reference was One Piece. Bleh, bleh, bleh. God, no. But yeah, I didn't see any anime characters on mine. But I didn't really get a good look, so maybe there was one and they just scrolled past it really fast before I could see. I don't think I technically was supposed to remember anything from the document.
Oh, Hanaki, welcome in.
Imagine pitching a VTuber not with reference images or lore background, but entirely through interpretive dance. That would be crazy, and I think the artist would just reject it on the spot. I think the artist would be like, God, no. Never. Absolutely not. The day I learned digital art, I'd do it. Well, Western artists have different standards compared to Eastern artists. Eastern artists can be pretty strict about, like, the kinds of references they get and, like, the kinds of requests they get in general. But I mean, if you're willing to take commissions with people just sending interpretive dance, more power to you. I hope you make bank. It would be fascinating to see what they came up with, though. I suppose so. I don't really know if you could convey much about a character through dance. Three steps. Artist needs to love capital L women. Step 2, pole. Step 3, dance. Please. I don't know about all that. Winning formula? I mean, of course you guys would say that. Of course you would say that. I do kind of wonder what it would have been like if it was a universe where I could have gotten a character that was designed based off of hearing my voice. Like, I think that kind of concept would be really cool. Like, if somebody heard my voice and they were like, this is what I think your voice sounds like, and then they assigned a character to me, I think that'd be pretty sick. Yes, she would probably end up looking like a nerd. However, I just think it would be cool to, like, know how someone envisions my voice. In a way. Like, I'm really bad with, like, my sense of self. So it'd be really cool to, like, understand how other people, like, see me through, like, a different, like, aspect besides, like, looking at my existing model, you know? Or, like, my existing design. Like, if you didn't know me at all and you only heard my voice, it'd be interesting to see, like, how that character would end up looking. Sounds like a neat idea. Yeah. I just think it would be an interesting exercise. I don't know if I would really get anything I wouldn't expect. Like I said, I feel like it's pretty basic knowledge that it would end up being a nerd. but it'd be interesting to just like see like what they look like. I think in particular, I'd like to see the colors that they choose. Because like some people, especially people who have like synesthesia and stuff, will sometimes say that like certain voices have colors to them. I think it'd be interesting to see what color someone thinks that my voice sounds like. If any of you say green, I'm bonking you. If any of you say green, I'm bonking you. Not literally, I guess, but like, for real. You could put together the voice style thing, but for VTuber designs. Ooh, that's kind of cool. It would be interesting to see if there's any differences between like how a person speaks and how they sing, and if that would like change the interpretation of like the voice and like the imagined character that suits them.
That'd be kind of neat.
I don't know if there would actually be anything to that. This is just me spitballing. I literally can't draw. I don't know why I'm trying to come up with ideas as if I can, but...
Just something I'm thinking about, I guess.
Describe your preferred beverage real quick. Preferred beverage. Cranberry juice and ginger ale and vodka. Basically a vodka cranberry with the slight extra step of adding ginger ale. Yummy. Everybody's saying green. God damn it. Celadon? Is Celadon a shade of green? I actually don't know. It looks like it is. God damn it. Various shades of green. Freaking heck. If I close my eyes and just listen, I imagine some kind of golden color like wheat. Ooh, that's a nice interpretation. I like that. I wanted to say gold. Whoa. Gold is interesting. I never would have thought of my voice as sounding like gold. I totally would try your preferred drink. Hell yeah. Nothing like a good vodka cran. To be fair, purple is kind of a smart girl vibe and that matches you quite well. Purple feels very like regal colored to me. Like royalty, in a way. And I do really like it as a color. But I chose like a really pale shade because I feel like the darker purples don't always suit me as much. Because they feel more royal. There's something about the softer purple that I like. Like vodka punch? I guess so. But I really like cranberry juice, so... I like mixing cranberry juice with stuff. It's yummy. Not to sound like a grandma, but I like cranberry juice. When I closed my eyes just now, I immediately saw Iris. Are you thinking of like a character Iris, or Iris the... Well, I don't know if Iris is really a color. Or like the flower? Color.
Color.
Okay. So kind of like a blurple, like bluish purple. I'm not really getting like a concrete answer for how Iris looks as a color, but it looks kind of blurple generally. Yeah, blue Iris. Okay. Picture blue jeans, tan sweater, knitted, sleeves too long. Autumn vibe, messy hair up, reading on the windowsill, drink at your side, clear glass, black straw. Ooh, I really like that. That's also too real. Like, I feel like when I'm hanging out at home in the autumn, I literally just look like that. I can't read at the windowsill on the windowsill because I don't have like a space that's big enough. But like otherwise, the vibe is pretty on point. Cute. But yeah, I don't know. It's just something interesting to think about. Like, in another universe, perhaps. I guess if Kawaii had given me a little bit more input, I wonder... Or I guess maybe if Kawaii tried to design the character, like, around me a little bit more, I wonder if she would have looked different. I mean, probably. I mean, probably. But it's just interesting to think about the what-ifs, in a way. What an interesting universe. Maybe it'd be a color that the human eye can't even see. Oh, it'd be a shrimp color. Let's freaking go. Let's freaking go, dude. I'm a shrimp color. Our universe? Aw. I mean, I try. If I could be the center of this universe for you in some capacity, heck yeah. Shrimp color because you're short? No, because shrimps can see lots of colors. More than human eyes can see. They have more color cones. So they'd be able to see like really specific shades. And I would be one of those specific shades maybe. Me adapting to see the true Yuno color. Become shrimp. Ultraviolet Yuno. The deepest possible true Orpal. Yes, that's me. I've been begging and pleading to become Orpal for so long. I am truly ultraviolet. Glow in the dark? Glow in the dark. True. I made the room a library, so hardwood floor, dark stain, dark emerald green walls. Green got in. I mean, if the room is green, that's not that big of a deal. Especially if the person that you're picturing is, like, not green. Which it doesn't seem like it based on the description. Unless that messy hair that's in an updo is green. I don't know, I didn't think to ask. How does Oni eyesight compare? More similar to humans or shrimps? More similar to humans. Oni mostly see color the same way that humans do. They can't really see anything, like, beyond that. At least in terms of, like, actual colors that exist. Some Oni do have enhanced vision that allows them to see colors for things that to humans do not normally have color, but there's not like colors that specifically exist to the Oni. And it's also only some Oni that have that kind of vision. Like a superpower of sorts. In a way. They're like complete opposite of colorblind, like colorful. I suppose so. I don't really know any Oni that are colorblind. I feel like most can see color. I'm sure if they took like those color vision tests, I don't think they would test it as any percent colorblind. But also, I don't know. Never really thought to have them try and sit and take one of those tests. They're not very patient with that kind of thing. They don't really like assessments. Like, if you tried to tell them to take... If you tried to ask an Oni what their MBTI type is, they'd be like, what is a MBTI? They don't get it. And I've tried to, like, ask them the questions and see if they can rate it, and they do not understand the scale. So, getting them to actually take tests for these things is difficult. I kind of just have to go based off of vibes. Or from the few answers I can get while they're still willing to be patient. They must hate those BuzzFeed quizzes. Oh, they fucking hate them. There was one time I tried to ask someone if they were willing to take a particular test, and they saw that it was like... Oh my god, which one was it? It was the... Make a sandwich and we'll tell you who your favorite character in... What show? It was a random Netflix show that I had watched at the time. I really wish I could remember what it was. But it was one of those, like, really insane, like, make a sandwich and we'll tell you which character you're most like in XYZ show. And the Oni were like, how does sandwich compare? What does that even mean? Sandwich mean nothing. They didn't get it at all. They thought it was very dumb. What sandwich did they make? I don't think it was any specific sandwich. Because, like, they really didn't want to take the test. But I tried to explain that that's what the test was for, and they were like, no. I thought you were make sandwich. Do they know numbers well enough to make them out in the colorful mess of the test picture? Probably not, actually. Not many Oni can fully read. But I think they would be able to discern the differences in color and know that it was making a symbol. So they would be able to do, like, the pattern and, like, the symbol recognition. But they probably just wouldn't understand the meaning. You see, inside each of us, there's a sandwich that shows who we really are. BuzzFeed quizzes are fucking crazy like that. Big meat sandwich, 8 meats. The test you own in Arby's. Seriously, though, it's kind of a wonder that they made so many quizzes like that. But, like, they really did have to churn out so many quizzes daily. I'm not surprised that they started getting, like, ridiculously specific. But I have tried to get the Oni to take them, and they don't like it, so I kind of gave up after a while. After a while, I simply had to give up. It is what it is. Well, that's okay. Kind of relating, but not really. Did you see the article about Max Goof from BuzzFeed? I did not. I don't really consume BuzzFeed stuff much anymore. I'll Google it real quick, though. Max Goof BuzzFeed. What? What specifically am I supposed to be looking up for this? They turned him into a lumbersexual? Oh, okay, it's the lumbersexual thing. Okay, that's weird. Oh, God. Max has grown up to be the ultimate lumbersexual. Lumber what? Do you want me to read this to you? Oh my god. Except this is very cringe. Oh dear. We obviously all remember the main star from a Goofy movie, right? The angsty but cool teenager Maximilian Goof, of course. Well, comma, Max has grown up to be the ultimate lumbersexual. roleplay account. They're taking tweets from a roleplay account that someone made for Max Goof. And they're treating it like it's real. This is insane. Slow news day, huh? Not so goofy anymore, is he? According to his tweets, he's managed to stay relatively the same. He doesn't get as easily embarrassed by his dad like he used to. He's still showing off those trademark buck teeth. Making hearts flutter one selfie at a time. And just like Goofy, he's totally nailing this whole dad thing. Adorable. Yeah, this is literally just a roleplay account. That's crazy. Also, most of the reactions to this are what the fuck, which makes sense. 480 people said what the fuck, 259 said fail, 140 just responded with a broken heart, 80 said LOL. That's insane. The thing is, the RP account is from a former employee from BuzzFeed. I guess that's why they had the rights to react to it. That's crazy. Goofy having a son is upsetting. I don't want to imagine him doing the ancient fertility rite. Well, there's a reason he just has the kid and there's no mention of who the mom was. That's why I love hard-hitting journalism. Sometimes this is just what needs to be done. He has wood for wood. No, I think lumbersexual is supposed to mean that he's, like, really fit and, like, loves going to the gym. Because the image that they had in relation to it was him talking about how he was doing CrossFit. And he was, like, posting a picture of him, like, posing and, like, flexing in a mirror. He reproduced by mitosis. Offspring just appeared. Lumbersexuals be like wood, and I be like, yeah, it is. So true. Anyway, these pictures are awful. Hated having to look at that with my eyes. That's crazy. Also, apparently 5 years later, they posted a follow-up to that article. Oh, it's not an actual follow-up. It's just a similarly weird article. Oh my god, what the fuck? I don't think I can talk about this. What the fuck? Huh? Oh, this is weird. I mean, I'm not gonna shame people. I'm not gonna yuck the yum, but that's weird. Oh no. Yikes, 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 yikes. The Eep calls me good night, pretty lavender woman. Eep, well, I'm probably gonna end stream soon too. They got real into it, huh? Well, it's not about Max Goof. This one's about a completely different character, but it's like a similar vibe. Now you gotta hit us with it? Okay, I guess if you insist. So do you guys know the character Steve Claus from the 2011 animated movie Arthur Christmas? Have you heard of this? I haven't fucking heard of this. This is my first time ever seeing this character. Oh god, okay. In the movie, the Claus family run Christmas. Steve is the eldest son of the current Santa, Malcolm Claus, and heir to his position. He starts off as a bit of a jerk, but we grow to like him. Oh, sorry, I need to read the beginning paragraph of this so you understand why this is crazy. If you've ever seen the 2011 animated movie Arthur Christmas, and if you're a thirsty hoe like me, there's a chance that one character in particular stood out to you. His name is Steve Claus, and he's a fox. Oh God. Okay, now to the paragraph. In the movie, the Claus family runs Christmas. Steve is the eldest son of the current Santa, Malcolm Claus, and heir to his position. He starts off as a bit of a jerk, but we grow to like him. I mean, look at those brows, the silver hair, his lats, man. And they posted like a thirst post from Tumblr that's like a photo set of images of this character from the movie, and the caption just says that they're hyperventilating and asterisks. Crazy. Oh God. I don't... okay. Well, in true Rule 34 fashion, a plethora of artists have let their imaginations run away with them and have created some, let's just say, not so subtle fan art that I think you need to see. Unless you'd like to remember Steve just as he is in the movie, then I seriously advise you stop scrolling. So this person's literally posting, like, horny fan art about this fictional character from a random-ass 2011 Christmas movie. And is openly stating that it's just, like, erotic fan art. Like, it's literally just them having an excuse to post, like, crazy images of this character, like, super eroticized, and it's crazy. Ay. No. I'll read you some of the captions, but I'm not gonna show you the images because I'm pretty sure I would get banned instantly. But, caption 3 is, I don't even know what to say about this. Yeah, bro, neither the fuck do I. That image is crazy. This is Bara of the highest order. Much brooding, very turn on. I want to vomit. I want to take my eyes out of my skull, I think. I think this is a terrible day to have eyes. No. Honestly, imagine coming home to this beast of a man. Help. I can't do this. Treat me like that sack, Mr. Claus. No! This was written 5 years after the last one! This is from like 2020! I want to die. I can't be here anymore, I think. No! Yikes. There you go. Merry Christmas, y'all. Let's hope we all make Steve's naughty list. Wink emoji. How did this get greenlit to be posted? Sorry, this is from 2019. My bad. 2019. But like 20th December 2019. So it's not that long ago. Jesus Christ. How did this get greenlit to get posted on BuzzFeed? Help. No. Very turn on is crazy. I can't breathe. Bro was the only guy at work that day. This is crazy. No, this is not greenlit for Netflix originals. Hello, Netflix. Netflix, open up. I've got an idea for you. Oh. Yikes, that art was also crazy. Be glad I didn't show you guys the artwork that some of those captions were for. I didn't read all of them. I only read the ones that were actually funny. Jesus. Ay. Typical average OniMon stream. I'm gonna be thinking about very turn on for the rest of my life. Guys, I can't. Guys, I can't. Guys. Help. My brain's broken. Help me. I was looking through it while you were reading. I was cry laughing. New stream tagline, get no, 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 no. We can't do that here. We should do a watch along later this month. Oh my god, you're so right. Guys, I think we have to watch Arthur Christmas. I think we have to watch Arthur Christmas 2011 for our Christmas movie watch along. I think we have to watch it specifically on the 20th so that we're celebrating the anniversary of the post. I think we have to watch it on the 20th. I have to mark this down in my calendar. I have to hold myself to this, otherwise I'll forget. Oh my god. I'm gonna be sick. What day is the 20th even? Can I make sure that I have that day free? Oh, I can. It's a Saturday. Let's fucking go, gamers. Okay, yeah, that's doable. That's doable. Would you really subject us to this? Hey, we're gonna watch the movie objectively, and we're just gonna, you know, it's fine. We're just gonna watch it like ordinary people. We're gonna just objectively watch the movie. It's fine. It's fine. We're just casual movie watching. Okay, writing down the date. And I have to remember the why, so I'm just gonna say BuzzFeed post. Steve Claus is played by Dr. House. That's kind of crazy. Oh, okay. Well, if he's played by Dr. House, I guess I can understand why this thirsting was going on. Is there an Arthur Halloween and Arthur Easter, perhaps? I don't think so. I think there's only an Arthur Christmas. Ay. I have my funeral that day. I'm so... Steve Claus be like it's this. I'm gonna barf. You can't do this to me. I'm already laughing so hard. I can't. I'm crying. No, dude. That's too funny. I can't. Okay. Oh. Oh. Arthur Easter would give too many ideas. What do you mean by that? What do you mean by that? Do you have something you want to share with the class? Sorry, my voice went down like 4 octaves because I'm trying not to laugh. Help. Help me. I'm gonna die. I can't do this. Wow, then he was also the dad from Stuart Little. That's where I know him the most from. Every time people are like, oh yeah, House MD. I'm just like, I never watched House MD. I know him as Stuart Little dad. He did pretty alright in that role, I think. I don't know, I haven't watched Stuart Little in a long time. But I liked Stuart Little. Was he already doing House MD by the time he did the dad in Stuart Little? Or was that like after? That was him? Yeah, same guy. Can you believe? I'm not! The pitch shift is literally because I'm laughing so hard my throat is starting to hurt. Stuart Little was before House. Do you think that they saw Stuart Little and they were like, this is the guy. This is the guy we gotta get to play our very serious, not serious doctor. That's the guy. We gotta get him. Do you think that happened? Do you think that was happening in the boardroom for House MD? I choose to believe so. I think that'd be pretty fucking funny. I mean, odds are with production times, they were probably being filmed around the same time-ish. That would be pretty funny. If you've never seen it, he was also in the Blackadder TV series, and he was totally different in that show. That's the power of acting, baby. They said this guy could say lupus a million times and it'd never get old. They looked at him and were like, that's him. That's our guy who's gonna diagnose everybody with lupus. Call him up. Do it. Ugh. I'm fucking dead. "5 years before House." Also, he got a ton of points trying out for the part by sounding 0% British. Yeah, makes sense, makes sense, makes sense. Wow, that's crazy. They really did look at his resume and they were like, the dad from Stuart Little? Sign him up. Get him in here. Audition time. You say that, but some actors play like the same role forever. I mean, yeah, there is also such a thing as typecasting, but then you also have the opposite situation where you see a person act completely different all of the time. That's literally the thing that's happening with like Robert Pattinson right now, you know? People always thought he was going to be Edward forever, but then he actually gets so into his roles, he looks and sounds completely different in like everything that he's in because he's a super serious actor and he's really good at acting. That's the raw power of being an actor. Versus people who get typecast and have to play the same type of character the rest of their lives once they find that niche, but you know. Like how that one actor went from being in Diary of a Wimpy Kid to being in Oppenheimer. That's range. They've got the range. Meanwhile, Yuno, Green Woman. No! I'm not just Green Woman. I'm more than Green Woman. I can be more than that, I promise. I won't be typecast as Green Woman. I won't allow it. The producers also didn't know he was English until after his audition. Hell yeah. That truly is acting. Love that for him. Okay, gamers, my computer activated its orange light because it's midnight, and I should probably get ready for bed. I should probably end stream. Crazy note to end on, I know, but we should probably end stream. Methinks, perhaps, mayhaps as ifs. We should probably do that. Does your computer have lupus? The computer narked. I know, I'm sorry. Not the HEPA filter. The orange light helps me. I have to have it on because otherwise I'd probably have like way worse headaches every day. Just wondering how you feel right now. I feel a lot better. Not just because I laughed so hard I cried. But I do feel a lot better after talking to you guys. I'm glad I decided not to cancel stream. I'm glad that I was here. And then I got to hang out with you. It's been nice. I am happy. I feel better. Yippee. But yeah. Thank you for being here and for listening to me yap, as always. And for putting up with me being sad. It'd be like that sometimes. But thank you. Stream tomorrow will be in the afternoon time-ish. We playing Sonic... I was about to say Sonic Riders. I miss Sonic Riders, dude. It's Sonic Racing Crossworlds. I will be racing in Sonk. I'm probably mostly gonna play against the CPU. I don't feel like I'm good enough to play against other people yet. I have to practice, so it'll be me racing against the CPUs for a little bit while I get good. But we're gonna race. We're gonna race Sync. It'll be fun time. I've played a little bit already because obviously, who else do I have in my life? Hitomi gifted me the game because it was on sale due to like the Black Friday stuff. So she got me the game. And I have Hatsune Miku. Victory for me. Yes. So I've played a little bit off stream already. I did like one race against the NPCs, and then Hitomi and I did do like a not co-op, but we did like race against each other a couple of times, a little bit in like a lobby against the CPUs and also each other. So I've played a little bit against another person, I guess, but we were both equally new because we were playing it for the first time. But I want to actually get good, so I'm probably just gonna race against CPU when I play tomorrow. But yeah, it's on sale right now. It is. It's not a very big discount, but it is pretty cool that it was on sale. Yeah, I'm gonna race. I'm gonna vroom vroom. I'm excited, and I'll probably cry a lot because I love Sonic. I'll try not to only play as Miku the entire time. I will probably try some of the other characters because I do like the Sonic characters and not just Miku. Like when I first started, I played as Sonic. And then after doing the like tutorial beginner race, that's when they gave me Miku. Miss Miku. I played the beta before launch and it was really good. I really like it. It's fun. I'm excited to play it on stream a little bit too. I'll do my best to get good at racing. Yippee! So that's the plan for tomorrow's stream. It's just gonna be silly girl races around with blue hedgehogs. Isn't SpongeBob in it? The latest DLC does have SpongeBob, yes. SpongeBob and Patrick are characters that you can race as, I believe. But I don't have that DLC. I only have the pre-order DLC that has Miku, Joker, and the guy from Yakuza. I don't know who he is. Those are the only DLC characters I have. Getting the other DLC packs would require buying the membership pass. No, it's not Kiryu, it's a different guy. He has like frizzier hair. I don't know their names, I'm sorry. I don't know anything about Yakuza. Isn't Miku part of the vanilla game? She's still kind of counted as like a DLC character because she didn't unlock until after the initial race. Ichiban Kasuga, yeah, him. Yeah, that guy. His name is like a Dragon 7 and 8. Yeah, that's him. That's the guy. Yeah. He told me he played as Joker when we were racing against each other, and I was Miku then. Playing as Miku is fun. She has a board instead of a car. But I'm gonna learn how to steer, and I'm gonna learn how to win, and eventually when I am good enough, maybe I will compete in some big rooms, and then also maybe if more of you get the game, we can race against each other. Smile. She's going to become the Joker. True. Also very correct. But yeah, I'm gonna try it out on stream. I have to see if my PC can handle me streaming it. It will be an interesting test. Don't think Miku has a driver's license. She is canonically 16. She would be old enough to get one. But I don't think she has one, no. But she could get one if she wanted it. She's also Hatsune Miku. I feel like she can get whatever she wants. Anyway, I don't want to be too distracted. The whole point of me talking about this is that that's the stream tomorrow. And then I am off Wednesday and Thursday. I might stream on Friday. I haven't decided yet. Hold on. Let me look at my schedule, actually. And by schedule, I mean my calendar. Screen of org. Yeah. Okay, no stream Friday, actually. So the next stream would be Saturday. Ooh. Saturday would also be the anniversary of Mialoon. Because that's the 6th. But I'm sure you guys know that because of the stuff that is going on with Kaya, we don't really have anything planned. So even though it's anniversary day, we don't really have anything that's going to be happening that day. It'll just be ordinary streams. I hope you can understand. Happy early 1-year anniversary. Thank you, Charlotte. Thank you. It is exciting. But yeah, because of everything that's going on, we're not really planning anything big that day. But it will still be nice to celebrate. Life really decided to put you both through the ringer at this time. Yeah, we are going through it, TM. But it's okay. I am very proud of what Kaya is managing to pull off, though. She's working very, very hard to make things better for herself, and that's a good thing. I'm trying to follow suit, in a way. Not quite at the same level, or to the same extent, but I am also trying to make things better. So we'll get through it, hopefully. But I'm just letting you know ahead of time there isn't really anything planned for the Mialoon anniversary, besides the fact that we'll just be like, yay, Mialoon. Mialoon sure do exist. And like a lot of the other stuff that was supposed to happen this month has been delayed, postponed, and such. But it's okay. We'll get through it. Yeah, yay, Mialoon. That's like the most we can really aim for right now. And that's alright. It's alright. It is what it is. Hopefully, we will be able to make up for it in the future. And have a bunch of cool stuff to show you. Because it's not like we haven't been cooking. We have stuff that's been cooking for quite some time. But it's just a matter of getting stuff together to like actually do things with it. We gotta work on that still. But we'll get there. I have faith. Me and Luna are a very well-oiled machine, and even if things are keeping us a little bit busy right now, we will still do our best to celebrate it when the time comes. Gotta be patient on the crock pot. Yeah, let's go with that. It's cooking in a crock pot. Very slow cook, but when it comes out, it's gonna be heavenly and delicious. It's gonna fall off the bone. Yes. But yeah. So next stream after tomorrow's stream would be on Saturday. It'll just be like normal. Twitch only and then members only. I don't know what I'll do yet. I'm really bad at thinking ahead now because of this like gap that I take as a break. But it'll be something. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. But yeah, until then, thank you guys so much for choosing to spend time with me. I hope that you have a good rest of your time zone, and until I see you again, Yunotsu. Good night, guys.